Good morning, horse players, and welcome to the road to the NHC. I'm Scotty McKeever, and let's get to work and take another step towards Las Vegas, Nevada, and the NHC. Today's focus, we're breaking down races 1 through 4 at Gulfstream Park and races 2 and 3 at Aqueduct. What to watch for? Well, it's not just about picking winners. It's about finding value and the horses that give you the biggest bang for your buck. We're going to show you how to do that. Vegas isn't going to wait for us, so let's make it happen today. David Harrison, my partner, 2022 NHC champ. What is up? Are you ready? I'm pumped. I took a couple of days off. I went to the Hard Rock. David, me and Anna went, and we had the best time there. I might have even doubled my money.
Hey, that's a good thing if you could go to that place and double your money. That's a very profitable trip. So congrats, my friend. And welcome aboard, everybody. Patrick, Wiz, Oldie in the house. John, everybody, thanks for joining. And you guys make this show so much fun. And I sent you a link last night. I was watching the Gents weekend preview show. And I got distracted because I got a feed about a commercial that the NHC, NTRA sent out, and I sent it to you. And 30 days to the NHC, and they had former champ Frank Mastari on there doing a little commercial, and it got me pumped up. So 30 days, as we're in this time frame between now and the NHC, I'm really getting focused, and everything I do from this day forward is really in preparation for the NHC.
And of course, Frank Mastari is one of the top tournament players in the country. And his son, Justin, won it 4 years ago?
He won, I think, was it 2 years before me? Yeah, about 4 years ago. Yeah.
I think Justin won about 4 years ago. He's young,
21.
Right? Huh?
Yeah. He's the youngest. Yeah, he was the youngest so far to accomplish that goal. And, I did speak to him briefly. I met both of the Mastaris, nice folks. And, he was just amazed that he could win it. And we had a quick conversation. I said, well, I'm just as amazed, too. He's like, but, and in his credit, he was, I think, in 4th or 5th, and he went for it. He went for it with a long shot in the last race. And I agreed with him. I'm like, you know what? How often do you get to that final table with a shot to be on top, right? So, So I'm looking forward to it.
I've got some good news. I've got a couple of long shots that I like.
Wow.
Today. Yeah. Of course, we're going to cover the feeder. If you want to get into the feeder, it's $18 to do so. We're going to cover those 6 races. That starts in Gulfstream Park, race number 1. And we don't have much time. We only have about 32 minutes to get in 6 races, essentially. And then we're going to cover the qualifier. And of course, the qualifier, that's $75 to get in. But if you buy an $18 entry into the feeder and you get in, top 20% get in, then you don't have to pay the $75 fee to get into the qualifier. If you do well in the qualifier and you only have a couple of chances left to do that, and we're going to help you do that, and hopefully we can get you to Las Vegas. John, it's they don't say anything when people that aren't playing go into the room. So you're more than welcome. We'd love to see you there, John.
Yeah, but, John, you just walk in like you belong. That's the way. Walk in with me. You can wander around, especially if you know somebody. They don't really enforce. The only thing they do enforce is the bracelet, the band for the buffet, breakfast and luncheon. But you can do your own thing. So
yeah. Now, when we do cover the qualifier, that is going to be races at Tampa Bay Aqueduct and, of course, Gulfstream Park. So. All right, you ready to get to it?
I'm ready to roll, my friend. Let's get it rolling. I am all handicapped. I have all my selections, so this should be a piece of cake for me. All right, Aldi, $29 bomb in the last leg. That was right up my alley. That last race at Gulfstream was real competitive. I played a first-time turfer, surprise, and I had the wrong long shot. I was in that the same leg that.
Okay, real quickly. I know that was yesterday, but I got to show this because Alfredo texted me yesterday. Of course, I didn't play any horse racing the last couple of days, but in the last race, a maiden special weight, there was a horse, the 5 horse, who, look at this, was stretched out on the turf. You don't think this horse wanted to stretch out? Look at the GSRs, 52, 59, 58. David, you're looking at this. Look at the horse only lost by 2.5 lengths last time out against 11 horses yesterday, 1 for fun. Look at the GSR. It went up 39 points to a 91.
Right. And the thing is, too, that race was so competitive. There were that was one I considered, plus 2 or 3 others that were live first time turf. And you know me with the first timers. And before we begin, too, that's really fantastic. That was a big prize that made the day for a lot of people. But if I don't like to toot my own horn that much, but if you go to the first race yesterday at Aqueduct, that was my best winner of the day, and it started me off on a good note with a good positive. You check out my note on the 4 horse, and there you go. So I actually hit the double early, got me on a roll, and unfortunately I couldn't put anything more monumental together, but still had a pretty good day.
Yeah, unbelievable. You got to watch those GSRs. You get a situation like that, David, like you've got to take that all day long, like especially with horses that are lightly raced. But I mean, going from a 58 GSR to a 91 GSR, come on, that's insane. And that is looking at, when you look at the GSR plus grid, look at this. Dirt is a 62 tab, synthetic a 73. Look at the turf tab, an 86. Like this is a really well-bred horse, and it's all long. Look at this, all long distances. This horse, I mean, these are the types of numbers of horses that win the Derby and all the Grade 1 races. I mean, right? And sometimes it takes trainers a while to figure out the horse, but I don't. This is not a fluke. I think this filly is a decent animal. Pay $29. I'm sick because if I would have seen this and handicapped this 1,000%, I'm singling. I wouldn't cover that horse. I would single that horse 1,000%.
Yeah, I got stuck on the 6 horse for Mott. Also well bred for the turf. And first time turf, bad dirt starts. That's my angle. But this was a usable horse. But you could have went 4 or 5 deep here. But yeah, that's a big one. This is a perfect NHC horse. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Price. Yeah.
They don't come up very often, believe me.
No. Oh, and this probably would have been. Yep. Good mandatory.
That's why the metrics are so important to look at. If you look at them consistently, you'll learn and you'll see what works, what doesn't work. And I can tell you this: you want to, for horses doing something for the first time, you want to look at the GSR. That's where it's the best. So we only have 27 minutes, but I have a feeling we're going to go through this fast and we'll be okay, David. Why don't you start us off? We got race number 1 at Gulfstream Park, and let's get over there.
Sure, we'll buzz right through it. I have my picks in already, so we're good to go. This Gulfstream Park, race 1, 7.5 furlongs on the turf, a maiden $25,000 claimer. We have a couple of horses coming out of here. These are fillies and 3-year-old fillies. We have a couple of gals coming out of here off synthetic races that are big contenders in here. Notably, the 2, It's Just a Game for Brian Lynch, whose barn is on fire. Castellano picks up the mount, 3rd race off a layoff. Ran on the turf at Kentucky Downs at a mile, was no factor that day, but you throw that race out. That was a tune-up, and that's very competitive racing down there. And came to synthetic, 2 $25,000 claimers. They're not bad races. They're even. And also the 4 Mark Cassie, a horse with Tyler on. It's this horse sprinted going to 5 furlongs on the synthetic, now stretches out. So back to turf, was in maiden special weight. So this horse is a contender, but the bottom line is, they had a couple of starts, failed to get it done. And I looked at the EE top pick 5 Gulfstream Mary D. I wasn't convinced. I think this horse 2 back on the synthetic, just got a perfect trip on the rail, easy lead, and failed to last. I don't really want anybody on the synthetic on the lead, but this race is on turf. And then disappointed last time out when faced a little more pace pressure and had an outside post. That led me to land on a horse, Scotty, the 10, Take Me to Paris. This horse 2 back, raced at this distance, 7.5, and ran evenly. That's not a bad race. First time blinkers at this level, and finished a 4th and took money, was 7, almost 8 to 1. Then went back to the synthetic and another even race. Now had Lasix second time today. I just think this horse may be in a good tracking spot. So I was looking for a little price in this race. So I went with the 10. I landed on a 10 here. Take Me to Paris. And my second choice would have been the 2, It's Just a Game, Brian Lynch's horse.
Yeah, and in fact, that's the horse I'm leaning towards right now. When you run to the stretch, I mean, the 2 is closing pretty big time. It's got a big GSR. And I'm going to be calling upon the new GSR as well that we've been testing. By the way, so the current GSR, top GSR in races that everyone's using, wins 23% of the time in the last month. This has been what we've been testing, all the races for the last month. And the new GSR is winning 31% of the time. So yeah, but it's got some bugs in it. The other good news is the bottom low 2 numbers are only winning 7% of the time, whereas on the current system, they win 13% of the time. So that's also a positive. So we're doing a lot of really accurate testing, and we're learning a lot about the GSR. We're also, right now, we're trying to improve the synthetic numbers. And the other numbers we're trying to improve with the wet numbers. So I'm hoping that we'll have a release over the next month and a half. And I think everyone's going to be really happy. So, but it's a lot of work. It's so far we've been, I think, 4 months on the GSR, or the new GSR. So it's a lot. I will tell you the new GSR has the 2 horse and the 3 horse is the top 2 GSRs. I'll tell you that. And also the 10 horse. Okay, this is staging now. I'm testing other algorithms. Okay, so don't let that confuse. Oh, you're not seeing that right now. But the staging does have the 10 horse, David, as the EquinEdge long shot.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I was looking for a little bit of a price because I think it's a little. I'm a little chalky on the other feeder races here, so I'm like, let's take a roll with at least a price horse today in the feeder.
The horse I'm going to end up going with, though, is probably going to be the 3 horse, Safi Joseph. The horses, Dan's got some really good works here, solid gallop out, you can see. And then here, usually you don't see 2 back-to-back like this, but there's 2 of them there. So the last 2 works, horses coming around good, dropping big in class. You can see the GSR goes up, and the staging GSR is good as well. And that's going up as well on the turf. So it looks like both systems think that this horse is going to run better on the turf.
Okay, so Scotty, you're on the 3?
I'm going to go for the 3 horse. Yep.
Okay, and I am on the 10. Okay.
All right. So 3, and let's see if I can get this to pull up. All right, so we want race number 2 now.
Okay, race number 2. We're going a mile on the dirt. $8,000 claimer, non-wins of 2 lifetime for 4 and up. And I thought this race looked rather logical. And to cut to the chase, it looks like the 3 off that massive drop down off the layoff for Safi and Ken Ramsey. This looks very difficult here to catch. So I didn't even go any further. I figured, let me just take the logical favorite here. And you know me, it's hard to convince me to use a favorite in these any of these contest races. But just give me the 3 blast radius. Dropping down from a 35 to an 8 claimer. I mean, yeah, they're giving the horse away, but Lone Speed's got a huge pace metric advantage here. There's nothing in here, so I just went with the 3 blaster.
I'm on the same horse, David. Alfredo, I was talking to Alfredo this morning. I said, give me your top horses because I haven't had and I did handicap for a couple of hours this morning, but I didn't have a chance. And Alfredo loves this 3 horse, and it makes a lot of sense. You're not going to get a price. It's going to probably go off at 3 to 5, but let's go with the 3 horse and just take whatever points and money we can get.
Okay, take the points and move forward. Okay.
Race
and
number
the 3rd
3.
race. We got 4 today at Gulfstream. Okay, third race at Gulfstream. While we watch the simulator, we got a 6 furlong maiden 12.5 claimer on the dirt. This was a little more competitive than our prior race, and I looked at a number of horses in here, and I just didn't know which way to go. Looks like, and again, speed has been pretty good on this dirt course at Gulfstream. I just don't want the speed on the Tapeta at the way the track is running, and there hasn't been a lot of rain there, so to me, the Tapeta's favoring closers. You could go Glory Hallelujah, the 6 horse. Looks like the speed and trying dirt for the first time. But to expedite things, I'll just tell you where I landed. That horse is a contender. I definitely considered it, but ultimately I landed on the 8 Game Energy. This horse has raced on the dirt, cuts back from 7 in his last start against similar maiden 12-5 claimer. That was blinkers on first time, was bet down to 4.5 to 1, 9 to 2, and had the lead and kind of tired late. Maybe cutting back to 6 is right up this filly's alley. So I landed on the 8 Game Energy. If I had a second ticket, it would be squarely on the 6 Glory Hallelujah. So 8-6 for me.
All right, David's on the 8, and that's a live horse. I was looking at that horse a little bit earlier. Absolutely live. The 5 horse is live. Grand Golden Road.
Yep.
That horse has got a shot. I mean, it's a weaker group than what's in here, but the win percentage does go up. The 13 is live. It's dropping in class. The win percentage goes up. The GSR goes up, and let's take a look at that. Yeah, there's a 13. And, that's a drop in class. The 12 horse, though, Balala, this one is the top win, top GSR, and EE long shot. And you can see the GSR is going up from a 50 to a 64. It didn't really love the synthetic. That wasn't a bad race against 11 other horses, but it did have the 11 hole the time before that on the turf, and didn't really enjoy that, especially after the break. I think the 12 horse might be tough. I'm taking excuse me, I'm taking Micah Husbands in two races. Wow. But a little concerned about the 13 horse being fast on the outside, especially with the drop from 50 down to 12.5. Karamanos is aboard for Ken McPeak. So that's my only hesitation a little bit. The other thing I'm kind of interested in the 8 horse who Dan's got a positive workout on. I'm interested in the 8 horse as well. That was a much easier group than what she faced last time out, and she had a perfect post on the outside. So that was kind of a perfect trip. I think the 5 on the inside sits good. I mean, for me, it's between the 5 and 12 and 13. That 13, this is a pretty big drop here for the 13. But this horse keeps on stopping, and the 12 horse is probably going to make it very tough. I can't imagine that the 12 is going to I think the 12 is going to be all out. So I'm going to go with the 12 horse, David.
Okay. Scotty's going with the Scotty long shot, the 12 Balala, and you've got Husbands on two of your picks so far, 2 out of 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully he has a good day. Yeah, this is a wide open race. Like I said, you could go, if you're playing horizontals, yeah, you'd easily go 5 or 6 deep here. Would you agree? It's just, it's a head scratcher.
All right. I didn't put in my my pick there. All right. So now we've got Gulfstream Park race number 4. Let's cover that.
Gulfstream Park race 4. We've got back to the Tapeta, and we've got a 5 furlong dash on the Tapeta.
Wiz, real quickly, I'm sorry, David. Wiz, sure. The new GSR will not change at all yet. One of the things we want to do, the GSR, it looks like it's going to become such an amazing algorithm that when we start rebuilding all the other algorithms, we're going to put the GSR algorithm into those, like the win percentage and all that. Also, the same thing with the race simulator. So they will talk to each other, and I believe we're going to incorporate the pace into all that as well. Of course, the SOR, definitely the class. So, but as of now, even with this change with the GSR, it will not affect it, Wiz.
Okay.
One is
right.
I saw that, Patrick, too. I almost mentioned it, but in race number 3, David, I think you got to give the one a shot. I don't love the rail, but I think you have to give the one a look. Okay, David, talk us through this. Is it all just about the 3 R money moves, or are there other horses in here?
Yeah, Tapeta, these 5 furlong sprints on the Tapeta scare me because I've been wired so many times thinking there'll be a pace duel. But you do have a little pace here. I mean, you've got the 2 horse in here tonight with Irad's going to be over bet, blinkers on. Let me just this race I did struggle a little bit with. So let me just go through, spend just a couple more minutes than normal. Yeah, Our Money Moves has such a pace advantage over the 2-horse tonight that it's hard to go against, right? And again, with the blinkers on, the 2-horse may battle a little bit, but I don't see anybody pressing this pace with the 3. However, I'm going to get sucked into probably the second choice here, or the third choice. I kept looking at this race, and I'm like, this horse for Our Money Moves began at a 17.5, was claimed out from Safi, for Jose Garofalo. I don't like claiming horses at 17.5 from Safi Joseph. I'm just not sure that he's going to improve this horse. This horse will show speed, may go wire to wire, but I'm looking for the alternative. I'm going to the third choice in here, Cajun's Cooking, the 5-horse. Rajiv Mirage is riding well since he's come back. He's the closer. He needs a pace up front. He needs the 2 to press the 3, but I think he'll be sitting in a spot, 3rd, 4th off the pace, and maybe be able to run him down. So I took a shot with the 5 here, Cajun's Cooking, just getting a little bit of a better price than the 2 or the 3.
You can see the 5 horse is a horse that is, I get those email horses to watch every day. I get them at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Every day, and it gives me the races for the next day. And this horse popped up in here, 4-1 on the morning line. And if you don't like this horse, the Safi Joseph, or the horse getting claimed off of Safi, the 3-horse Our Money Moves, this horse broke 9th and still is projected to have the lead. So I'm going to end up going with the 3, but if the 5-horse is definitely a horse that you can't ignore. But I am going to go with.
And it is the Scotty top pick, so that maybe influenced me when I'm looking a little bit. But I figured with the pace advantage and the 43% win percentage on the 3 would be the first choice, right? So that might have influenced me a little bit. So I'll take a shot with the 5, Cajun's Cooking.
All right. Let's go to Aqueduct race number 2.
Race number 2 at the Big A. We've got a maiden $25,000 claimer for 3-year-old fillies, New York State breds. And this was an easy one for me because I bet this horse 2 back, and I was disappointed. And then the horse disappointed me again at 17-1, and that's Dear John, the 2-horse. This horse I like. I mean, I didn't go look any further. It's a short field. The reason I like Dear John, if you look at this horse's past performances, the race on November 24th, this horse was almost 16-1, stretched out first time at a mile, and stalked the pace with Katie Davis, and I believe chased a wire-to-wire winner that day. And so that was a good improvement, stretching out at 25. Moved up to 40 and really didn't fire that day, but had a bump break. Maybe didn't appreciate the sloppy track. Then tried another mile at 40 and stumbled start again. First time Lasix at 17-1. And so to me, you could throw both of those races out. Now drops back down to the 25 level. Hopefully it'll be a little closer to the pace. And so that's the horse I landed on here, Scotty. Dear John, number 2 for John Terranova.
All right. Well, that also came up on my email as a horse to watch. Yeah.
How about that?
And it also is the EquinEdge long shot. And the 6-horse Rodeo Star, the race simulator has this horse winning pretty easily. It's 51% to win. It's 4-5 on the EE morning line. It was 11-1 odds last time out. So in light of that, is this a horse that we can forgive? And then the time before that, it faced 10 horses. It went 5 wide. It got a second place finish. And she's facing easier than what she did last time. I hate to be a chalky player, but I think I'm going to go with the 6-horse, who really is going to get a good trip off of the 1-horse Giants Audible, who we'll get play. Did you look at the one horse for?
Yeah. I thought Giants Audible had a shot here, but from the rail post, and to me, you got to kind of gun, and that's a tricky post. So, and again, it'd be interesting to see how the track is playing today at the Big A. They had rain yesterday, and it was an off track. It's drying out today. As of about an hour ago, it was good. Drying out tracks can be rather speed favoring at Aqueduct. So we'll see how the track goes. So I'm concerned that we may have a bias there. But as far as Rodeo Star is concerned, it was an improvement the last two races, but it wasn't too impressed. Blinkers on. Did trounce Dear John, my pick in the last race, but I want Dear John maybe have a better shot against the 6 here with a good break. The two had obviously a valid excuse that day. And the 6, Rodeo Star went off at 11-1. Dear John went off at 17. So neither one of them got a lot of wagering action. So I'm looking for the 2 to reverse the tables on the 6.
All right. So the 2 horse here, Charging Arrow, 50% to win, top EquinEdge pick, even money on the EquinEdge morning line. The race simulator loves the horse to win by over 2 lengths. Your thoughts?
Okay, we've got Aqueduct, $15,000 claimer going 6 furlongs, and the race was kind of decimated with the scratch of the 1, 4, and 5. I thought the 1 and the 5 especially were big contenders here, but in light of those scratches, I mean, I changed my pick. We have, if I'm looking here, I'm not a big Dad's Good Runner fan at all. This horse is, to me, way off form. Maybe has a little speed, but I want no part of that 3 whatsoever. So I just think with the scratches, I just think the 7 now with that pace metric is such an advantage. And if you look at the workout on February 7th, 4 furlongs, 47-3 breezing, that's a gate workout. That's a nice workout. The horse, you get Manny Silvera over to Manny Franco today. The horse has won 3 races at Aqueduct. And so I think wire-to-wire job here. 7 collected special. And obviously, if you're playing horizontals, you've also got to include the 2. So I'm going to use the 7 over the 2 here. So I'm landing on collected special as my primary pick.
I can't argue with you. I'm going to go with you on that.
Okay, jumping on a bandwagon here.
I'm going to jump on the bandwagon.
Okay.
The 2, just something about the 2 just doesn't look.
And again, I watched that horse, the 2 horse, win at Saratoga twice. And I think maybe the horse just loves Saratoga. There's some horses that just love that track. And, horses for courses, as they say. So I'm not sure if that horse is as effective at Aqueduct. Never won a race. They're 0 for 7.
3 back, Honorary Degree, who's got 9 wins in 51 lifetime races. This horse won pretty easily, going 6.5 here at Aqueduct, and then came back 2 races back, lost to Iron. So you throw that out, still got 3rd. And then last time out, faced a 60 group. That was too tough. It was only 7% to win. If you throw that out, isn't the 8 horse maybe a live long shot?
Yeah, I gave this horse a long look, in all honesty, Scotty. But then I realized, I know the trainer, and the trainer is a low percentage trainer, 3%. So do I go with a 3% trainer or a lone speed with Rudy Rodriguez, who's a staple on the NYRA circuit? Yeah. Now, he's a little cold, too. He's running a ton of horses. But, it's hard for me to justify a 3% trainer. He might be 4% after this race, but not with me. So.
Fair enough. All right. So collected special it's going to be. And all right. So picks are in for me on the feeder. And
you've got one more.
No, that's it.
No, we got the 4th race. No
4th race. There's 1, 2, and 3, and 4 at Gulfstream and.
Okay. You know where I got confused? I apologize. I put notes in the system for the 4th race, so that's why I had that race as a list. All right, good. So we're all set.
Yeah, let me give everybody a horse. We might watch the race if we have time, but I really like Hawkstone. I actually think this horse could be a single, the 1 horse, in what on paper appears to be a wide open race. The EE Morning Line nailed it. It's the EquinEdge long shot. It's top win and EE long shot. And I love this horse today. So this is I think this is a horse that's going to run really big, save some ground on the inside. And yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if this horse got the lead, but doesn't need it. So Hawkstone is a horse I like.
Okay. Has to face ICANN for Dutro with Manny Franco, who came out of the Jerome, where he was basically chasing Cyclone State and was a lone speed that day. But and he chased Cyclone State again the race before. So to me, it looks like a 2-horse race, but we'll keep an eye on that.
All right.
1-4, 4-1. Okay.
1-4. All right, let's get out to Gulfstream Park race number 1. Let me refresh this so we can update this.
All right. So let's.
All right. So you're on the 10 horse. I'm on the 3 horse. The 3 currently is 9-2. Your favorite, not surprisingly, is In All Probability. This horse is the top pace, top win, top SOR, and has the lowest EE Morning Line at 2-1. You're on the 10 horse. Take Me to Paris, 8-1 on the EE Morning Line, 13%. Currently 12-1. How do you feel about that? Is the horse dead on the board, or that's what you expected?
No, I feel real good about that. That's if I'm sitting around the table at day 1 of the NHC in a couple of weeks and I see this horse at 12-1, I think I'm firing away on both of my tickets. Okay. So, yeah, that's a good price. Yeah, that's a price I kind of want at the NHC.
All right, let's rerun this this first race. We'll have this race for you live, everybody. We're covering again the feeder. The feeder starts the 6 races 1, 2, and 3, and 4 at Gulfstream Park, and then races 2 and 3 at Aqueduct. And the first of those 6 races is race number 1 here at Gulfstream Park that goes off in about 3 or 4 minutes from now. Go to ntra.com. If you want my picks or David's picks, we'll let us know, and we'll let you know what those are. If you want to play with us or adjust it a little bit, that's great. But you have to have it's a pick and pray. So all 6 plays have to be in before the first leg goes off. Again, that's in 3 minutes from now.
3 minutes.
3, yeah. We've got of course, the qualifiers, David, and that starts in Aqueduct race number 5. So after this race, we'll go straight to Aqueduct race number 5 and start handicapping the qualifiers. How's that sound?
That sounds like a plan.
Okay.
I'm just posting. Okay, very good. And I was not planning to make a wager on this race, in all honesty, but when I see 12-1, it's too tough for me to resist on a horse I like.
Look at this, David. This is for the 4 horse, your favorite right now, and Dan has 4 positive workouts. 4. Good luck, Rodney. Go get them. Can't wait to see you and Linda in Vegas. By the way.
All right, Rodney.
Yeah. I know he's coming no matter what. I at least I imagine he would be. They would be coming. But look, that's 4 positive workouts. The last one worked well in company. So all good for this one. I mean, David, this is a big drop in class from a 48 to a 42, going from a 50,000 maiden claimer. And I think my only concern a little bit is that this horse dropped in class last time out, but yet didn't improve. And it's looking like, and there's a lot of these, it's looking like this is the type of horse that needs the lead. And here's the thing. It's a good breaker. And the race simulator says that she will have the lead. I would imagine Tyler's going to send. But this is a big class drop. So you can see by the SOR, when it dropped from the maiden special weight on the turf into the synthetic, it was only a couple of point drop, where today is a 6-point drop. That's a pretty significant drop. The win percentage goes up and the GSR goes up. So I would imagine that this one's going to be, probably a lot better today. The turf tab is just okay. Let me look at the staging real quick for everybody, and I'll let you know. Let's see. Staging has this 4 horse. The GSR I'm talking about, the new GSR, is average on the turf. Average. In fact, yeah, it has the GSR dropping. So maybe to me, it looks like maybe this horse is getting overplayed. That's what it looks like to me. I win or lose, I don't think this is a horse I could use. I just think there's too many. I think it's not even in the top 3 picks.
Right. 8 to 5 is a little light for me in a field that it seems rather competitive. So, I mean, if I'm looking for other alternatives, I'd probably, if you're looking, I'm on the 10, but I could easily, my second choice was the 2 at 4-1, which I think is a much better value than the 4.
It is.
And then
It
the
is.
3 at 7-2. So it's all about finding value. You know, sometimes, you know, I'll call an audible right before the race when I'm sitting there in a ballroom looking at the screen. I'm like, all right, who's the value here? And, you know, I just might take a horse like the 5, who's 9-1, who I think is a value. At this point, if I look at the 5, Gulfstream Mary D, I'm kind of faded that horse, so probably wouldn't use. But so sometimes you just have to judge value when you're at the NHC. And I think some horse players have a little difficulty getting something, you know, changing their thinking that, oh, I want to play who I like. You know, it's like, okay, but if you like somebody who's way overbet, maybe you should reconsider and use somebody you kind of need to move up the board. It depends where you're at. But so
you know what I see here? Let me tell you what I see.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the 5 needs the lead. And look, at 2 races back against Similar, this horse ran pretty darn good on the synthetic. And it's cutting back on the turf. Here's what else I see. I see Edwin Gonzalez is super out of the gate, and he loves to get a horse to the lead. That's what I see. And I know the 4, the race limiter shows the 4 getting the lead, but I bet you Edwin's going to be way, and this is another reason why I think the 4 is vulnerable. I think the 5 horse is getting the lead. That's what I think. And that's going to hurt the 4's chances. 5 gets the lead, takes them a long way, and I think the 2 or 3 pick them up late. That's what I see happening. But who knows? The 10 has that style, too, to close. I don't love the post necessarily, but especially from the starting position at 7.5 on the turf, David. That's
my
opinion.
It starts a little close to that turn. Yeah. So that's why I'm a little concerned about that. But again, it's a risk reward type of thing. I mean, if the 10 was 5-1, I'd probably say, Scotty, not enough price at that outside post. But at 15-1, it's a risk reward. So you're getting paid handsomely for taking a risk with that outside post. And so that's the way that I look at these things.
Fair
All right, well, good luck, everybody. They're loading in.
Everybody.
Junior has Micah Husbands riding. Javier Castellano rides for Brian Lynch on the 3rd choice. It's just a game. 2, 3.
So you're on the 3 here, Scotty, correct?
I'm on the 3 horse. The 2 was my other horse. Hopefully I can get the 3 home. And I think Edwin's sending this 5. That's what I think. I think the 5 gets a flyer out the gate, you know, under Edwin.
Gulfstream Mary D is ready.
And then we'll see if the 4 horse can rate or not.
Yeah.
Tracks are fast. Turf is firm. We're set for a start. Racing at Gulfstream. The favorite was away quickly, in all probability, headed off for the
10 wants to get the lead there.
Gulfstream Mary D is faster early and drove back over. Gulfstream Mary D to the first turn on top of length and a quarter in all probability. Cuts the corner and moves into second. On here outside, Goddess Soteria is now 3rd. Guasha is at the rail. Out deep on the course, Take Me to Paris. Working, but
5 horse went from 11-1 to 5-1 in the gate, David.
3 back to its just.
What's up, Tony?
Yeah. Unbelievable, right?
Yeah. And Heaven's Promise is at the back. 23 seconds for a pretty strong opening quarter speed. They're less than 5 furlongs from home. Gulfstream, Mary D, and Edwin Gonzalez in front by 2. Goddess Soteria is now racing from second, and all probability is in the red cap 3rd at the inside. Out between horses, Lady River Lily is now 4th. Guasha's at the rail 5th. Then Point to That Star, wide and losing ground, Take Me to Paris. A gap of 3 more to Mamuka, then It's Just a Game, and Heaven's Promise is last. With the half and a demanding 45-4, Gulfstream, Mary D.
That's
trying
fast.
to run them off their legs. She goes to the top of the stretch, on top by a confident 2. Second, Goddess Soteria, and all
the 8 is flying.
Do a ton better than that. Lady River Lily and Guasha are next. They're off the turn. They're in the stretch drive. The leader is Gulfstream Mary D, an 1/8 of a mile from home and 3 on top. Lady River Lily is second. In all probability is 3rd. Guasha tries to level off.
Here they come.
Mamuka's coming on. Here comes Mamuka.
50-1. Look at this.
50-1. Mamuka closing good, and she gets up. Mamuka,
Forget the value. There's a good NHC horse, right? Boom.
Oh, my God. Wow. Well, that throws everything out the door. Unless you had the 8 horse, you're probably not qualified. I don't know. It depends on how many people had the 8. Jeez. You know, they went so fast early. You know, we read that right, too. Honestly, the 3 horse, you should put a note on the 3 horse because that 3 was not comfortable on the inside. The minute he got the 3 out, and then the 6 came on the outside of the 3. The 3 is a quirky horse. That's a tough one. I'm gonna put a note that's a 3 that can't be in between or on the inside of horses.
Right. Well, yeah. That was he didn't look comfortable at all. But again, you're right. The 5 just tired late, and the race basically was falling apart. And you got a first-time start out of Honor AP, who I wouldn't. I could look at this 100 times, and 99.9% of the time, I wouldn't come up with this horse. That's unplayable to me. Hey, Tony.
Scott, first-time starter.
Yeah. Tony, Scotty, you got a compliment from Tony that you're looking younger and younger every day. I know your secret, so I don't know if you want. So thanks, Tony. Welcome aboard.
Thank you, Tony. I knew I loved Tony. All right. So, okay, I'm trying to save this note here. I don't know why it won't save. Let's see here. Goose shot.
Look at this in the 6. Then you got a 24 to 1 shot second. So if you didn't have the 8 or the 6 in this feeder, I don't want to discourage you, but chances are, and I'm one of those, that we're probably not going to save that $57 today.
All right. So let's get this real quick.
Well, look at it this way. At least the one good thing is that there's a cap. 20 to 1. So if there's no cap on this, it would definitely have been over. So you can only get $64. So that's your only saving grace we got.
Okay.
I'm interested in how many people had this. It's not official yet. So okay.
So Aqueduct race number 5. How about we get out there? But
sure.
865. The 5 horse ran a good race. 865 and Aqueduct race number 5. There we go.
Okay, race number 5 at the Big A. Okay, we got a $16,000 beaten claimer. 4-year-olds and up going 1 mile on a track. I believe that's rated good, but subject to change by the 5th race, you would think. So let me just pull up my pace numbers here. So there was a big scratch in this race. The post-time favorite, Winter's Ghost, was scratched, and that was at the time the lone speed. So now with the scratch of that horse, I'm interested to see the simulator. It's kind of a paceless race. So in these paceless races, I want somebody who's got a little bit of positional speed, because if you have a dead stone closer in here in a paceless race, you're going to be up against it. So the 2 horses, hold on a second. They're having steady progress as steady progress to me is not a real contender here. This horse is way off form. This horse will show some early foot, but so I was looking for a horse who's stalking the pace, and the 5 horse, Wine Responsibly, is right up my alley here. This horse does have some positional speed, not a ton of it, and has got to be in a position. Chris Elliott has to have this horse in a position that's going to be close up early. And I think if that's the case, this horse could go a long way. And if you look, back on October 14th of 23, this horse wired a field on a sloppy track. 2 back on December 29th on a sloppy track, showed some positional speed off pretty fast fractions, and got up with a win in a weaker, not only was it 2 lifetime. Last time out, it's got a note here, lost footing. But in this paceless race, I decided to land on the 5 here, Wine Responsibly, the Vino Rosso gelding.
All right. David's on 5. All right. And
I'm sorry, Scotty. Go ahead.
No, what were you
Yeah,
gonna say?
2 people had the 8 supposedly. That's unbelievable. Actually, no, we got 1, 2, 3. We had 5, only 5 out of 185 that had that 8 horse. But then you got a bunch of people who had the 6, but not that. So yeah, no, it's so you got the first, the top 37 in. So there's hope. There's hope. Don't give up hope.
Wait. How many people had the 8 and the 6?
We had
Or the 6?
5 people, 5 players had the 8, and then another, let's see, 12 people had the 6, 12 and 8. And so if you're in 37th now, you have 0. So you still have hope. It's 37, top 37 make it. So plenty of
So how many people had the 6 horse, David?
I think 12.
So 12
Right.
and had the
1,
6,
2,
and
3,
then
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Yes.
okay, and then 5 people had the 8.
Yes.
Okay, so 17 people. So there's still 22 people that can qualify. So we still have a shot. All right. Well, that's good.
We're tied for 37th
Okay.
with 0.
Yeah, that's okay.
Look, got hope. But there's
Yeah.
hope. If there's hope, what else is there?
Exactly. You're telling me I have a shot.
If there's no hope, I mean, what else is there? You have a shot. Yes.
Okay. The 6 horse Active Duty is a horse that I liked. I looked at this race. It didn't face a lot of horses last time out, but it has won 2 straight races in a row, and I like that. It's more than a lot of these can say. I like to see horses that at least have good form and are trying. Whereas you have a horse like the 5 horse who lost its footing. I actually like the 5. I think you're onto something there with that horse, and it's also 20%. I like that too. I was a little surprised it wasn't the EquinEdge Long Shot, which has been relegated to the 8 horse. So I found that interesting. And also at 9-2, I think it's a very rough race on paper, but this horse was far back in the turn. This horse doesn't have any speed. I think my only hesitation, and you can correct me because you know this track, and I know you looked at this horse. It's just very difficult to win coming from so far back here at Aqueduct, isn't it?
Yeah, I looked at this horse because the last time out I had this horse in a race that had a ton of pace, very contentious, and the issue is that the horse came flying too late and was flying, was 15 lengths behind coming into the stretch, then 12 lengths, and then flew down the outside part of the track to get a third. But so was so far. This horse is so far back early, and with a paceless race, it's hard to envision this horse getting a trip to win this race.
Yeah.
Could I envision a trip where this horse finishes third? Yeah. But it's also wanted to comment on the 6, the Active Duty.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised that this horse only had a 16 pace factor. The last race, again, it was rather slow, but I think maybe Matty Oliver has to have this horse a little closer, the 6 horse, to the pace today. And again, we've seen slow, paceless races where no one wants to lead and keeps everybody in the race, and you get some kind of weird result because it's an oddly run race. So just hoping that somebody does take the initiative and gun for the lead here, because I don't think there's anybody's going to chase.
But I actually think that's fair, because if you look at the last race, this horse only faced 3 horses, won, but it was near the pace without having to be asked. And now what Matty Oliver will have to do is push this horse early to be able to keep in contention, which could hurt this horse, which is going to lead me towards this horse. This is, in my opinion, a much easier group. And let me just look at staging real quick. Aqueduct race number 5. Let's see what the GSR. The GSR is showing the 6.35. 6.358 is what it's showing. So yeah, and the 1 horse Indian Quest. Tony likes Indian Quest. Yeah, the race simulator has the horse right there, and it's there within a couple of lengths at the end. And I think for people that are new with the race simulator, I think you always, no matter what, have to consider what the race is going to play out like, and look at all horses that are, within a couple, maybe 2.5 lengths, because the system's not perfect. And, things can change within a race. That one horse, maybe a few horses might get bad trips. I really like your 5 horse. Honestly, I'm thinking about joining you on that 5 and jumping your on your bandwagon. But in the 3 horse, the 3 horse only has 2 wins in 30 races and 8 second place finishes. And the thing about it is it's right there most of the time, and it just does not finish, does it?
No. And also, if you look at its last win back on November 10th at the 16-9 was a 2 lifetime, was the big favorite that day. So that was a weak field. If you look at the SOR, it's probably less. What was that date?
46. It was November 10th.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a weaker group for sure.
Weaker group, and also beat the 5 horse Wine Responsibly by 3 lengths. Now that was when Wine Responsibly was trained by Linda Rice and was claimed, but the only concern I had about the 5 was the low percentage trainer. But the horse did win back on December 29th with the same trainer. So, he's got, this horse has to reverse 3 lengths on ice road, but I think can do that if the jock's aggressive enough to take the initiative and get the lead over the 3 horse.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like your pick. That would be my second choice.
Yeah. I mean, and obviously the 6 horse Active Duty. I mean, this horse won easily last time out, and Rob Atras claimed this horse for 20,000 4 back off of a pretty bad loss going 9 furlongs at Keeneland. And then since this horse has come here and then actually that's not true. Wayne Potts is the one that claimed this horse, and then Atras took over 2 races back. It's easy to look and see that 4 1/4 win, but you got to remember that was only against 3 horses. So right, so you gotta like temper that just a little bit. It's a tough one. The 1 horse Indian Quest, I'm trying to look past this horse. Let's look at this horse real quickly. Tony really likes this horse. It had issues in its last race. It was wide the race before that. It drew a wide post going 9 furlongs. And then last time out, it seemed to have some trouble against a little bit better. It was only 4% to win, so we can forgive that. But, it's not fun. It doesn't encourage you to see, first of all, the connections don't win very often. Second of all, it's lost by 18 lengths last time out. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, it's tricky post, and I don't want low percentage trainer with a low percentage jock. I did pick a low percentage trainer with the 5 horse, but a higher percentage jock. So if you want Herman Harkey drawing the rail in a race that's paceless, go for it. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
With all due respect, Tony, I appreciate your handicapping ability, but that I'm not really sold on the 1 horse in all honesty.
I really genuinely think this race is just wide open. So I don't hate or love this horse. I honestly don't have a very strong opinion.
Now, would I be shocked if the 1 does rally and it's an even track and it may be favoring closers? I wouldn't be shocked. So don't let me talk you out of it, Tony. So it's not a shocking result. The first race at Gulfstream, in my opinion, was a shocking result. I wouldn't be shocked if Indian Cross 1 is just not a horse for me.
Yeah. And the 7 horse Brooklyn Strong, 3 to 1 on the EE Morning Line. How is this horse 3 to 1 on the EE Morning Line?
I don't know. And this horse I've been on before. Brooklyn Strong was a former New York on the New York circuit, and 2 turns were all over this horse. Wicked Strong at a hard spun, Medaglia d'Oro on the dam side. Well bred, but this horse has been an overall disappointment. But I always thought this horse was 1 1/8 horse, but I think it's lost its speed over the year and just kind of plugs along off the layoff. Again, I'm thinking maybe this horse prefers an off track and may wake up here. But I mean, if you couldn't beat 10,000 claimers at Penn National on a sloppy track, I don't know how you beat these. So yeah. Kind of not for me.
All right, David, I'm going with you.
You're going to whine responsibly?
I am
But
going to
no whining after the race, though, if my horse does not win. So
that's okay.
okay. You can drink wine, but no whining after the race.
Okay. Let's see here. All right, Aqueduct 5. I'm going with the fine. Wine responsibly. I'm going to put Indian Quest in the second position, Tony. I actually think David's on something with this 5 horse. I think the 8's gonna. I think the 8 is a in the money horse, but it's gonna have to come from too far back. So I'm gonna go with the 5 horse Wine responsibly with you. And again, over to Aqueduct, I like a horse. I like the 1 horse. I think you said you like the big favorite at 1-2, I Can, who beat Hawkstone, correct?
Yeah, Dutro. I think that horse is going to be tough to beat, but I do, looking at your horse, I do agree with you to a certain extent. I think this horse is definitely live.
Well, you can throw out the last race for sure, right? And then let me look at Aqueduct race number 1 to see if we can on staging and see what the GSR is on the 1. So the 1 actually has the highest GSR and the 4 second, and then the 5 horse Georgia Magic. So those 3 horses, then it's a big drop to the 2 and the 3. So, but and I don't know, the 3 just barely got up breaking its maiden. Those horses don't come back to win very often.
The 3 horse. There's even money on the track morning line. That's the horse I don't like. I mean, this horse has had 6 starts and woke up a bit in last, but sprinting. But I think it's likely the winner comes out of either the 1, 4, or the 5 in this first race.
All right, and Tampa race number 1. Let me just see if there's anything that's worth looking at. Let's see here.
Seven furlongs. Yes.
Yeah.
What you like in here? We got an 8,000.
5 a little bit. The E morning line of the 5 is not great, but Captivating Sound. If this horse can get a decent break on the dropping class, it got a nice 3rd place finish against 9 other horses going 7 furlongs, 2 races back. That's usually a pretty good sign. And then in a wide open race too, I think maybe look at the 5 horse. We've got a little bit of time. Let's see if they're going into the gate, and let's see here. All right, they just took off. 9 horse gets the lead. That's the EquinEdge long shot. The 8 horse, they're going pretty fast, actually. The 9 horse looks rank. Its head's turned to the inside. It's being held pretty hard, and it's definitely fighting against the bit right now. That's not a good sign for Calming Sea. Here comes the 5 horse Captivating Sound, moving fairly easily as well, not really being asked, and has a nice stride right now. So hopefully some of you played this 5 horse. I hope it continues on with that. Right now, it looks like the horse to beat to me. And then there's a wall of them. 6 horses struggling on the inside. 3-1 change order. That's the top EquinEdge pick. And 8 on the outside seems to have some horse. 6 is all out. 3's showing a little something. 8's being asked a little bit on the outside now. 5 definitely seems to be moving pretty good. No, now here comes the 8, but the 8 just went 7, 8 wide. Wow.
Really wide, yeah.
Yeah. And come on, 5. Hold up. Here comes the 3 horse. Thank the Academy. 5 horses is moving. It's 2 horse race between this 5 and the 3. 5's not giving up. 3's coming. Yeah, 3's going to catch the 5. Wow, look at that by a nose. 5 ran good though. 3, 5, 8.
The 3 Thank the Academy.
6-1.
1 for 17, and now he's 2 for 18. Cutting back from mile and a 16th.
But you know, that's what we can do with EquinEdge. Look how fast we can actually handicap that. We could never have done that with past performances alone.
Yep. No, it would take you till the play. They would have been off. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not even possible. Low win percentage connections, and Arthur Agostini and Samuel Marin. So getting their second lifetime win.
Hey, you know the adage, bad horses win bad races. So there we go. 1 for 17 wins against horses that we had a 1 for 32, a 1 for 16, and a couple of 1 for 16 and 1 for 15. So somebody's got to win it. And you got 5-1. I thought that was a solid price.
So there's a look right now at the 7 horse here in race number 2. That's Performante. Both David and I are on the big favorite. Ironically, this is crazy. Passionate Cry, the second pick, is
the favorite
money and has some solid works. Broke its maiden last time out in the 12-5 maiden claimer by 9.5 lengths easily, winning that race. Wow. That's just unbelievable.
Yeah, and that was a paceless race, had blinkers on first time. So we're going to find out what a 12-5 claimer is going to be against somebody who's competed, won a $35,000 claimer, but's got like an 8-month layoff. So it should be interesting. It looks like it's strictly a 2-horse race here, but what do I know when a 50-1 shot just won the last? So sometimes these days where you have bombs, sometimes it's a little strange. Some of these races, but this does look like the 2 logical horses at 3 and 5.
All right. I'm sending Brad. I was going to show you guys a video of past performances, but we still have bugs on the staging site that's not allowing me to do that. But Passionate Cry ran huge last time out. And very good. If this 3-horse wins, you get $175 daily double with the 8-horse win.
Anthony, I'm assuming you are alive to this double. Is that?
Yeah, he must be.
Hoping you are.
Yeah, well, he says bring it home. I mean, why would he want to bring it home if he didn't? But the 5-horse, that was on the dirt last time out.
No, I think he's talking.
Last time out, first time
referring to the Tampa Bay.
It went up 12 points last time.
Anthony, $2. That is fine. That will give you a large ROI to start the day. So that works for me. And I started back in the day as a $2 win place, then became a $5 win place when I went to the track for a number of years in my 20s.
Yeah, thank you, Patrick. You said this as well, David, but the 5 added blinkers last time out.
Yeah, a Passionate Cry. Added blinkers last time out. Paceless race, 12-5.
Yeah.
And
training great. You know what I love too? A horse like this is what I love as well. And the trainers that do stuff like this, they win often. And that is, this horse wins by 9.5 lengths in a maiden 12-5 claimer. And the trainer's not putting this horse in a restricted allowance race, right? It's not protecting the horse. He's putting the horse and spotting the horse realistically. To put this horse in an 8,000 claimer, it's still a purse of $23,000. So it's fantastic, honestly. Yeah,
he's being realistic on where the horse belongs, right? Now, this horse, Passionate Cry, obviously woke up, didn't like, maybe just hated the Tapeta. So we have something in common. I don't just like the Tapeta, certainly, but the Passionate Cry, when it switched to the dirt, just kind of erred. So, it could be a spot. But, when you have, I landed on the 3 here because, when you have such a drop down like that, 35,000 to 8, with Safi Joseph, he wins with this type of move. It's suspicious. I agree. But it's just so much of a drop, such a huge drop that If it was a different trainer, I may be reluctant to land on a horse like that. But what Safi's barn does is quite often. Obviously, they're clearing out room for the other stalls with this horse may get claimed, but it looks too classy for these.
The 3-horse Blast Radius, who's your lukewarm favorite right now. Listen, what happens in a race like this, when you have some other horses getting bet, and in this case, the 5-horse getting bet, you can get a price on the horse you like because of this,
Sure.
and vice versa, right? You can get a price. Either way, you're getting a fair price if you like the 3 or if you like the 5. We happen to like the 3-horse a lot, and but listen to 3-horse. Check this out. So it's the top pace, top win percentage, top SOR, top GSR, lowest EE morning line at 4 to 5, and the EquinEdge top pick. Those horses win 52% of the time with an in the money win percentage of 83% with a -5% ROI. So major player here in the 3. And maybe they'll get bet down, but when I'm looking at the probables, the 3-5 exacta, David, pays 9-2. That's not bad. And the 5-3 pays $5. So like maybe just doing an exacta box 3-5. It's not going to pay a lot, but it does look like, not that there's ever free money. So for lack of a better word, it does look pretty good that it's these 2 horses going down to the wire.
Scotty, hello, Matt. With this is pretty appropriate where Matt and I disagree. You're never going to get me boxing the first choice and the second choice, especially when they're 9 to 5 and 7 to 5 in a short field. Yeah, will I box a 9 to 2 and a 3 to 1 if they're the favorites in a large field? Possibly, but that's not my style of wagering. But
yeah.
How are you, Matt?
Matt Miller in the house. So Matt says if you go back to the probable doubles in the first race, you will see the 7 and even the 8 took some money. So the 7-horse Performante, who looked good on the track. This one is the type of horse, in my opinion, that needs the lead for its best. It doesn't look like the type of horse that really wants to rate all that much. The GSR does go up, though. It does go up. And when it raced at Hawthorne on the dirt, it only lost by 1.25 lengths. The GSR goes from 49 to 60. It's also 6 to 1 on the EE morning line. It's also the EquinEdge long shot. So for sure, I think the 8-horse is a horse you need to look at. Performante, this is a different one. This one is showing, people overbet horses like this, in my opinion, David. And what they see is they see a horse getting second and third, but
picking up the pieces.
Yeah, it seems to just pick up pieces. I don't know. I don't love this one. The other thing you do need to consider with both the 7 and the 8 is I would like the 8 a little bit more than the 7. And the only reason is the 7-horse, if you look at the projected pace, and is the horses figures to be in between horses between the 6 and the 8 and even the 5, and the 3 is faster. So the 7 style of race is not all that great. And David, answer that question, would you?
What do you guys think about smaller fields potentially hurting the NHC competition? Tons of competitors in this tourney. I mean, the bottom line, and I'll make it kind of quick because I could give you a 10-minute diatribe on this, is that when you go to a restaurant, right, you've got to order what's on the menu that day, or you go to another restaurant. When you're at the NHC, if the menu or the card comes up a little chalky and the fields, especially on that first Friday, and I believe that was the case last year, and the consensus was, it's going to be a little chalky. So with a handicapper like me who's looking for value, I had to readjust my thinking. Instead of looking for, between 8 and 15 to 1 shots as my key plays, I changed that from, 7 to 2 to 5 to 1 because it just looked rather formful. So, I think you may have to adjust based on the cards, and that's the key. But also, I mean, not too many players in Vegas in a 5-horse field are looking for the 12 or 15 to 1 shot. So sometimes, if that's an optional race, you can get an advantage on the rest of the field if you think outside the box and have something that a lot of other players aren't going to have. So it's a two-way street with that.
All right, your favorite right now officially is the 5-horse at 6 to 5. They're loading into the gate.
Okay.
Field of 6 of them, right? 7 of them. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of them. All right.
Okay. And this is an $8,000 claimer. And Matt Miller, you are correct. I would not wager a lot of money on an $8,000 claimer. Good luck, everybody.
Yeah, I don't know why there's not any sound, but it's not on my end. We've seen that before.
Let me see if I have sound on me. Yeah, I have sound on here.
Yeah, keep it up if you don't mind, David.
I'll try to make it louder.
Outside Little Steven, they're locked up.
There you go.
3 and 4 opening quarter. They've gone 5 ahead of Junior Alvarado on Passionate Pride, who races in 3rd.
The 3 Blast Radius ended up going off at even money, dueling with the EquinEdge long shot Little Steven. But the 3 looks to be cruising, like not even being asked. 5 horses just drafting in between the 3 and the 8, but is being asked a bit.
Going a little fast for this level, Scotty. The 5 looks like it's going to just blow by this 3. Went too fast early, I think.
Back to 3rd. 6 ahead of Performante, who tries to pick up some pieces as they move to the top of the stretch. The 2 favorites square off. Blast Radius is still the target. On the outside, it's Passionate Cry, who runs at him from 2nd. 3 back to Performante, finds his best ride and comes on next off the turn. In the stretch drive, it's Passionate Cry who has the lead. Blast Radius, he's back to 2nd, 7 ahead of Performante, who's destined for 3rd. But Passionate Cry is out for another win on the Gulfstream main track. Passionate Cry by 4
Nice, nice effort by the 5. 3 horses.
Yeah, well, Scotty. Yeah, we'll have to see what the how the track and the main track is playing as the day progresses. But really, to me the 3 ran the best race. Like those were fast fractions at that level. 46 and change for an $8,000 claimer, and I was surprised the horse had anything left coming down the stretch. So the 2 logical favorites were right there. So pretty, like I said, logical result here.
Let's see here. Let's get to.
Yeah, and as far as the field sizes at the NHC, yeah, we all want decent size fields. I'm not sure I would want 18 races with 12 horse fields all day long that I'm going to play, but at least 8, 7, 8, 10 horses. Some of the races last year, the mandatories on Saturday, I scratched down to like 5 horse fields, and they were kind of maybe even Friday too. It was a difficult chore for the NTRA to select some of those races because there weren't large fields, and you get weather problems or late scratches, and some of these mandatories ended up being, like I said, 5 or 6 horse fields with hardly any value. So in that case, just take the most logical winner and move on.
Okay.
All right.
Let's get to our next race.
You want to go to the next qualifier?
Yeah, what? Let's just go to Gulfstream Park 6. Yeah, we did 5 already, right?
No, we started with Aqueduct. So you want to stay on Aqueduct, or you want to flip?
We might as well. Let's stick with Aqueduct. Aqueduct.
The big A. So we finished. So we're both on Wine Responsibly.
That's right.
Correct.
Right. Wine Responsibly.
So the 6th race at Aqueduct at the Big A, and that race was decimated by scratches. So we don't have to spend. I don't have to spend a lot of time on this race.
Let's go to. All right. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Okay. Aqueduct.
I'm getting there too. My computer seems to be a little slow. I apologize. 6th race at Aqueduct. We've got hold on a second. A $50,000 optional claimer at 1 mile for 3 and up. And we had a couple of scratches that were key in here, especially the 8. Rick Dutro's horse, McAfee, who they were supposedly prepping off those last 2 races at Churchill. This was a prep for the Wood possibly, but now with this scratch, supposedly the horse has had an issue this morning. And then with the 7, the scratch of the 7, who I thought was an outside, had a chance at a price for Danny Gargan, and with the 4, so it kind of ruined the race for me. So it just made it pretty logical. I'm going with the Scotty top pick, My Matoli. This horse had a solid second at 5 furlongs in his first start, and as the favorite, going 5 furlongs. Second start at 5, didn't seem to have much speed that day from an outside post, and may have been against the track that day. These 5 furlong races sometimes are just, especially for these 2-year-old, for those, this horse was 2 at the time. I mean, if you don't get anywhere near the lead, you're probably cooked. So, but stretched out off the layoff and had a nice win at 3.5 to 1. Puts Lasix on today because a 2-year-old turning 3 out of Matoli. Carlos Martin, there's nothing wrong with his barn. And had a nice winner last week with Rudrid Runner, and has that rail post, but probably will dictate the pace and just cruise on the lead here. So I don't see anybody else besides My Matoli, the 1 here. I'm all on the 1.
All right. I'm leaning towards the 3 horse. I'm going to look for Rick Dutrow, only because at this same level, the horse got a nice second place finish. So I think that might give the horse a little bit of advantage over the 1 horse, who I like a lot as well. Arcadian is one you have to consider. It won in a $20,000 maiden, claiming breaking its maiden by 9 1/4, and it's already won at this level last time out, right, and by four lengths. So it is now it has to be in for a tag. Comes back at this level, and it could be tough, but I think the 1 has been running the 3 horse has been running very, very good. I think Dutrow's got a decent animal here. I don't think this is a useful horse. So I'm going to go with the 3 horse, David.
Okay, you're going with most likely who will be the probably the second choice. If you want to pronounce that, be my guest.
Let's see if I can take a stab at it.
Yeah,
Aiken Musair.
Okay, that sounds good. It works for me.
All right, Aiken Musair.
Aiken Desire. Okay, there you go. Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, right. So we've got race number 7 at Aqueduct. How about we go there?
Okay, race number 7, and now we have a much more challenging race. We've got other key late scratch here. There's a lot of scratches here, and the interesting thing is at Aqueduct, I think the last 4 races, the post-time favorite, the morning line favorites was scratched. So it makes it a little interesting, because I thought Mariachi here before the scratch was a likely wire-to-wire winner. So I had to re-handicap this morning. So what we're dealing with is an optional claimer, 45,000 going 6.5 furlong. New York State breds. These are right up my alley. And
I'm going to let you handicap this one real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. Sure.
Okay. And this is an easy one for me, because if this is a play that for real money for me, a race like this. This is like I said. We've got some hard-hitting claimers here. We got a lot of form. Most of them have at least a dozen to 25 races that we can weed through to get an indication of what horse is in what distance is better for which horse, and sometimes they take turns beating each other. What day there was a speed bias or a closer bias. So I kind of have a lot of notes on this race, but with that, we've got a little more of a difficult pace scenario here with the scratch of the 2, who would have been on the lead. So right now, the top pace metric is Icy Flavor. And for John Kimmel, who also trained Mariachi, but I'm not really sold on this horse. This horse has had 3 wins were on the turf course. Out of Frosted, it comes off a little bit of a freshening, goes back to dirt. Its dirt races aren't terrible, but I think this is a tough spot for this horse. And so if you look at the other horse that probably has the speed here for Rudy Rodriguez is the 6, factually correct. has some races here that could make it competitive, and has won 4 races over this track, and 9 out of 13 in the money. So probably will hit the board. Comes out of a couple of New York State Stakes races. The Morrissey finished a good second to Looms Boldly on August 8th, and also the Hudson, and a decent 5th. But I'm still not convinced on this horse, but it does drop down to a 45 claimer, which is a little bit of a drop here. But Angelos the Great's a contender, so this is a very competitive race. But ultimately, the horse I landed on here, I had a long look at the 8, Caldwell Candy, and what an appropriate play for Valentine's Day, right? Candy. So here you go. It can be your hunch play, but I do like this horse. Makes the 3rd start off a layoff. The comeback race, I was a little disappointed in. The horse did have an excuse that day and was bumped, and I guess between horses. So you could throw that race out. And any horse off a layoff, I give 1 race. Then in its second race back was 18-1 against a lot of these that were similar field. Some of these were in that race. Angelos the Great and Acoustic Ave showed some speed from the outside post before tiring. I've noticed with Jimmy Bond's horses, usually needs a couple races, but that was a particularly fast race, competitive field. I'm assuming with the 2 races under this horse's belt, this horse will be in better condition here and may show some improvement. And I think that outside post may help. And gunning towards the lead and seeing what the speed scenario is to its inside. So I really like the 8 here, Caldwell Candy, for Jimmy Bond's barn. So it would be 8. And if I had a second ticket, Scotty, I would go with the 3 forward move on my second pick, and another horse at a price. This horse did win pretty impressively last, but in a very small field, only faced 3 other horses. But you could throw out the race prior to that, where this horse was just bumped and cost all chance at the start at 4-5, and then back been in good form. A 1st and 2 seconds the races before, pretty good numbers there. Looks like Razor Sharp just beat him by a head, who had a nice second at Tampa last week. So to me, it would be 8 as my primary pick, Caldwell Candy, and the 3 forward move, both prices in the 7th race at Aqueduct.
Okay. The 1 is interesting.
How did you see this race, Scotty?
Well, I'm looking at it for the first time, so I didn't have a chance to handicap this race. Forward Move, though, is moving up in class. This is a big. There's easier horses here than what the 1 Acoustic Avenue has faced. I don't love the rail. Second time for Wayne Potts. Claimed off of Mike Maker for $25,000. Still keeps the horse up to $45,000. That's a good sign. 5 wins in 16 races. Angelos the Great's going to get way over bet. It fits, but it's burned a lot of money. It needs to be forwardly placed, and it's not going to be. I think it's the 1 horse of the 3 horse. Looks like both are going to save ground from the inside, and reason I'm probably going to go with the 1 because the 1's classier than the 3. So for me, I'm going to go with the 1.
Okay, I'm a little surprised that Scotty, that you went with a Wayne Potts horse, and I noticed
that's true. Fair.
Mm-hmm. And I've actually met Wayne Potts, and believe it or not, I met him in Vegas. He was staying in the same, like right across the hall from me in 2021, and I recognized him and walking to the elevator, I said hello to him, nice guy. And he had a horse that day, and I asked him about it. He says, "Don't play that horse; got no chance." And he was right. The horse ran dead last, so he was being honest. So a friend of mine told me, he says, "Maybe he's just trying to steer you off of a horse at 12-1." I'm like, "No, he seemed pretty legit."
I had a trainer who had a first-time starter. He was my trainer, and the horse is 20-1 in the morning line. I asked him about it. He said, "No chance. Horse can't win." His wife said, we were out to lunch with him. His wife said, "That's not true." I'm like, and she always had this great intuition, or she knew something. So I added that horse last minute to my pick 6, and I won $1.2 million because of it.
There you go. That's a success.
Because of his wife. Because of his wife. My own trainer told me the horse had no chance.
Did you give her a percentage? That's the main question.
Well, I gave him a lot of money. Let's put it that way. So I doubt he's sure. Yeah.
Okay.
The
only thing I'll say,
honestly, I don't even know why, because he told me the damn horse couldn't win. But just so many times, and this doesn't. There's some really nice. You can't lump everybody into the same category, but there's so many times you can't trust the trainer.
Right. And I will tell you this, and I don't like to disparage any trainers or jockeys. It's just not my style. I will comment on a ride that I think is particularly bad, but I've just noticed that Wayne Potts at this winter meet is claiming an awful lot of horses. He's claiming and not winning a lot. So, as a horse player, you have to consider that. It's not a knock on the trainer. It's just, one of my favorite trainers right now is cold as ice. And 0 for 17, 0 for 18. And I'm like, well, I'm going to avoid him, even though I know he's a really good trainer, until his barn picks up a little bit. So there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm going to avoid Wayne Potts' horses, and he'll probably win 3 today. And then I'll jump on him tomorrow. Like, his barn's getting hot. So you know how that goes. So, So you're landing on the 1 here, Scotty, Acoustic Ave.
Yep.
And I'm on the 8, Caldo Candy. And the only thing I'll say on the 8, Bond, James
Bond. All right, let's get out to Aqueduct race number 1. I love the 1. We can't show the race, but we can play it. And they're in the gate, and they just took off. 1 broke fine.
Oh, shit. I got to pull up my feed here. I'm interested to see, because I do like the outside horse a bit too. And that's the trainer that I was talking about, this Cold, Ray Handel. Hopefully you can get up to Schneid.
Well, the 4 horses having a duel right now. I can 4 to 5. 1 saving ground on the inside. 5, Georgia Magic at 10 to 1 seems to have horse. And T Craft is in between horses right now. Well, I'm not liking the way the 1's running right now, David. I don't think the 1's going to get there.
No.
Get last.
Well, there's 2. There's 2's going to win a race, right?
3's going to win.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a 3. I can't even see what. Yeah, the 2's along the rail.
3, 4, 2.
Yeah, I apologize. I thought it was, T Craft, the one that we
didn't like,
but did really improve the last time out. Just maybe he's just waking up.
Well, I broke a Maiden last time out.
Yeah.
And
sometimes these horses, the light bulb goes on, and they understand what they need to do. And that might be the case with this colt here.
Well, 4 was beat. All right.
Well, they may change the name of the 4 to I Can't. This horse maybe has been a little bit of a disappointment lately. Probably not a wood contender. But I have to tell you, based on maybe this horse T Craft is improving here, and got a decent 3-year-old bred to go the distance out of a connect out of Curlin.
Parker says we're really bad. Thank you, Parker. Didn't they used to say in like school, if you can't say anything good, don't say it at all, David?
Well, no, right, exactly. Well, the bottom line is that, it kind of flows off of me, because if you put yourself out there, you're going to get criticism, right? I mean, you get some of the best handicappers and analysts on Fox or Naira and, NBC, and I'll see comments on X that, this guy's he's an idiot. He can't pick. I'm better than him. well, yeah, it's a game of chance, and we do our best. But if you put yourself out there with picks, there's going to be people that.
I was looking. I didn't see anywhere where Parker said the 3 was winning this race. Did he? Maybe he did. Free money. Let's see here. 8 was killing the 3, so he didn't get that one right. So I don't know. He liked the horse evidently, but he didn't say anything. Got to call your shot ahead of time.
Right, and I'm not going to defend ourselves, but I will say in our defense, this wasn't one of the races that are really handicapped. I mean, we looked at it, and I did it. It's not one of the races for the show. So,
he actually got booted from the WhatsApp chat. All right, well, keep it going. You're going to get booted from here as well. Believe me, I have no problem.
Yeah,
I mean, it's an open forum, but to some extent,
it's an open forum. But and again, if you disagree with somebody, open forum, at least be respectful of that person. Yeah, and you say I disagree with you, and I've gotten into contentious or lively discussions. I won't say arguments with horse players. And it's all in good nature. We disagree. I'm like, what are you, crazed? How do you think this one horse is going to win? And
I just don't get certain people. I honestly don't. I'm 60 years old. I still don't get people like Parker. I don't get it. Oh. Must have a sad ass life. I can tell you that. That's all I can think of, because bashing other people.
Right.
Man.
Well, we got a lot of that. I think social media now is has spurred that on. You can things that you wouldn't say to people's faces on the street. You're in your mother's basement and you're blasting everybody. But when some of these people who, if they want to confront you personally, would be cowering in the corner of the room and wouldn't have the guts to do it. So that's just a sign of our times. I mean,
we're so bad. You won the NHC.
Oh, that was just lucky.
I mean, you suck, David. Just so you know.
I got lucky 3 days in a row. And again, I'd be the first to admit that it's a combination of skill and luck. Yeah, I mean, that's all I'll say. It's not like not like I went in there 3 days hungover and didn't do any prep work. And if I won the NHC doing that, I would admit it on this platform that I just got lucky. I was hungover every day, and I just pulled these races out of my butt and horses, and I got lucky. But no, I did a lot of work to put in a lot of time. So if you want to call it, it's a combination of luck and skill.
Parker, you're more than welcome, but just chill, have fun. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to give good information. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. So, but
right. And again, you look at how a race, you analyze how a race seems to be developing. However, if you think there's going to be a speed duel between 3 horses and 2 of the jocks decide to have instructions from the trainer, no, don't get involved, just rate. We don't know that. And then the other speed goes wire to wire, and then the trainer comes back. It's like, hey, how come you guys didn't press that horse? You get him in an easy lead. So, you basically, the way you look at the form of all the horses and you judge and analyze how you think the race is going to develop. Sometimes you're right. Sometimes you're wrong. A lot of these are out of your control.
Yeah. Yep. You want to see what's coming soon? I'm thinking maybe 3 or 4 weeks.
Yes.
All right. There we go.
Sneak preview.
Yes, sir.
We got a trailer. Oh, look at this.
This is going to be, now there's a lot of missing information, so don't judge yet, but here we go. So this is race number 1. You can see it's going to have the meet stats right here. It's going to have the year stats. We're going to go 365 days on those year stats, the past 365 days. We've added changes to this. You can sort by the surface and distance and track. Look at the past 8 races, or look at all races. Look at the GSR Plus grid. That'll be right there. And then you can watch this. We're going to have all the trainer stats here. We've added 50 trainer stats. The jockey trainer stat will be here on the right. You're going to be able to look at the call times, running lines, and internal fractions.
Great.
And then you'll have the notes. So if I go to Aqueduct race number 1, Did you have any notes in the first race, David?
Aqueduct race 1? Yeah, Aqueduct, not Gulfstream.
Aqueduct race number 1, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, race 2. Race 2. I have notes in race 2 at Aqueduct.
In race 2?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get that to pull up. This is my internet. I've got to get something fixed, but we got the filters. But watch what you can do. Right here, you'll see if there's any notes, you'll see them right above the workouts, all the workout stuff. So you won't have to click on any tabs, and watch what happens. Now, there won't be a space right here, this black space. There won't be that. And you're just going to go like this.
Nice.
And you're just going to scroll from horse to horse to horse.
Right. That's perfect, because sometimes we put notes in a 12-horse field, and then you're scrolling down to see, sometimes if it's like an outside post horse, some users don't go that deep and like, oh, you missed my note on the 11-horse. You got a second at 28-1.
So the other thing you're going to see is, you see where it says spaced over here. It's on the right side and it says view. If there's a view button, that means there's horses in today's race that this horse faced last time out. And so that's going to be pretty neat. Let's see if you let's go to, who did you have a note on?
The 2 Dirt John.
All right, so let's just see.
Is it there?
Yep, it should be right. There you go. There they are. So as you're scrolling, and again, we still have about 3 more weeks to go. And then let me see if I can find a result. I saw a result over at Gulfstream Park. Let's just see. So again, if there's a view button, that means that there's some horses in here that faced each other before.
That's great.
Yeah, it's really neat. And then let's see, in race number 1, I think.
And just in time for the NHC comes out. It'll be released right before the
be in time,
right?
Yep. We're going
Great.
to be showing times as well. You're going to have, like I said, race time, call times, running lines, and internal fractions. And look here, you'll be able to see results for every single past performance. Watch. And then you'll be able to see what the payout was, what the running lines were, what the SOR and GSR and win percentage were for each of the horses in the past races. And then you just click back and it goes away. It's like that. So
looking good.
Right? It's going to be good. You're not going to have this. It's just going to be very smooth as you're scrolling up. Will we have purchase prices? No prices are being increased. As far as the past performances, they're going to be over here. You see where it says video. We're approved by about 50% of the tracks right now for live streaming. So you'll get live streaming up here at the top. You'll see it'll say watch video or live. And then if we have the past performances, it'll be here, or it'll say NA if not available. But yeah, about 50% of the tracks will have past performances. That's all coming in about, I would say, 3 weeks. Oh, 2-year-old purchase price. Not yet, Wiz, but that's coming. That's coming. Okay. That is coming. I would say we're a couple of months away from that, but yeah.
Okay, that's what his.
We will have the prices of the sire, what it costs to breed to the sire. We will have that. So. But yeah, anyways, that's all
right. That's looking good. That's right. Like I said, just in time for the NHC. That'll be great. Really big improvement.
So you can see here, it's building, right? We're still missing information. Yeah. So this is all building right now. And then you'll see the running lines and just like you would see on any kind of results, you'll see those. The EE figure is called the EquinEdge performance rating. So it's called the EPR. It's essentially like the buyer, but it's a power rating. It has nothing to do with time. It's everything combined, and you'll use it the same way. And the number comes up about 20 minutes after the race. So you're going to see an EPR here, and this won't be for probably about 4 or 5 months, but you'll see an EPR next to SOR, and it'll be, like I said, let's just say one of your favorite horses just ran, and it's trying to get to the Kentucky Derby, and you want to compare it to some of the other horses, you'll be able to do that the same way you compare the buyer.
All right.
And it's going to be a super, super accurate number. So then let's just say you don't have a lot of time to handicap. You can go to the past performances just like you would the buyer on the past performances, and you'll see, okay, well, this horse has been racing in the facing average of 70 and doing this compared to another one. Well, this one's running good, but it's been an average of a 60 EPR. Same thing.
Right.
Right. So that's going to be coming in about 3 or 4 months.
Great.
So
yeah, these are really big. Yeah, and it's everything that all of these improvements, in my opinion, are making it so much more user friendly, and that's the goal, right? So make it easy, make it quick to handicap, because sometimes, with our busy lives, we have limited time to spend on analyzing these races, and especially at the NHC. And one of and we're going to get into it on the preview show we're going to do about the NHC, is that there's so many races, and that's the criticism of the NHC through most of the players I've talked to. Like, how can you possibly go through 80 races or so a day? But I had a discussion with Scotty. I'm shortening those up. I don't go through 80 races. I go through all of them, and then I X some of them out, because it's impossible to go through 80 races. And with this, it'll make the procedure, it'll expedite the whole procedure. So
yeah, really look at this too. Right here, you can see, so we save some space. So instead of having to have a column for the surfaces, you'll see it. 8.5 on the synthetic, 1 mile and 7 yards on the synthetic, 8 furlongs on the turf. Here's the other thing. Right here is going to be a little asterisk. You're going to hover over it, and it's going to tell you how far out the rail was.
Right.
So that's going to be really neat too.
These are all positive, very positive improvements. Thanks for the sneak preview.
Yeah, and well, here you're going to be able to sort as well. Up top, you'll be able to sort. If you want to look at a certain, turf, you can see it'll only show the turf race for all the horses. So you'll be able to look and see. It won't have this, right, when you're going from horse to horse, it won't be a space like that. It'll be very smooth transition. So you don't have that blank screen. So, all right, going into the gate over at Gulfstream Park.
I just meant to mention they are going into the gate. And Scotty, just to refresh my memory, I'm on the 8. You're on the 12?
I'm on the 12 horse.
You're on the 12, Balala. Okay. So 8 for me, 12 for Scotty. Good luck, everybody. This is a contentious, wide open race. Have fun with it.
So, John, what Wiz is talking about essentially is there's and to get it from the Jockey Club. That's why we don't have it yet, because Equibase doesn't give that information. And what it is basically at all the different sales, what people purchased, what those horses cost.
United Forever will complete the line.
At the sales.
Up and in, ready for a start.
Who are you on, David, again? The 8?
I'm on the 8. Game Energy.
Good start.
Well, I like that the 13's not pressing the 12. I like that a lot.
Lead. Game Energy has speed, moving out the rail in the breeze into the top flight. Grand Golden Road is an early 4th. Balala moves up on the outside in 5th, and Vanessa's Wish is racing between horses. From the far outside, that's United Forever.
Oh, the 7
speed while trying to
and the
angle
12
over
are just
in
bumping.
front of Katarina and Mama Maritza N. The early trailer is Venezuelan Pride. To the far turn they go. Glory, Hallelujah, leads 3 parts of length. Game Energy is there second in the breeze, tries to keep up in the pocket, third at the inside. Followed 4th by Grand Golden Road. Out wide is Balala. Dropping back is Vanessa's Wish. Trying to wind it up from the back are Katarina and United Forever as they race for home. They're a quarter of a mile from the wire, and Glory, Hallelujah, and Luis Saez are the leaders. From the outside, Grand Golden Road, from between horses, Game Energy, looking to slide
in the breeze.
In the breeze.
Isn't that Tony's horse?
Home. It's Glory,
oh, no,
Hallelujah,
Tony's on the 13th.
No. We just thought this first time somebody thought that.
We talked about this 5 earlier in the show.
They come past the 16th pole.
Yeah.
It's Grand Golden Road, who now has a clean pair of heels. She's 4 in front. Game Energy tries to hold on to second. Grand Golden Road is in front. Going to be very close for second. That's
I think I got nipped for a place on the 8.
I think you did too.
Wishes for it.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, we thought this horse was one of the contenders at 3-1. Actually, the post-time favorite. Makes sense. Man, Tyler Gaffleone's riding very well, huh?
Yeah.
He's had a good meet.
All right, well, Oaklawn Park's coming up in. Oldie, did you do notes at Oaklawn Park today? Or Tampa? You might want to check out Oldie's notes. 5 was the EquinEdge second pick. And ran good.
Okay.
Tyler was aboard. OP, okay, so Oldie did do Oaklawn Park. And you think Gilly says that maybe the 8 held up?
No, I don't think so. But hopefully your eyesight's better than mine, Oldie, because
no, not Oldie, Gilly. Probability of
nice
achieving
there's
favorable.
some notes in there.
Yep. Live long shot. Oh, I like that way you did that, oldie. Like right away it captures you. Like live long shot. All right. Love me 7-1 right now from a 15-1 odds maker morning line. Blinkers were added last time out. And yeah, it's a drop in class. Win percentage goes up a little bit. Horse was 41-1 last time out, so throw that out. And
Yeah, 13 got the photo.
oh, 13 did get it. Okay.
Yeah, ran third at almost just missed second at 11-1. That's a pretty juicy price.
Oldie thinks that the 3 horse might be a horse to try to beat. Best effort came on a wet track. On the 4, I don't like that horse at all. Avalon Girls dead on the board. Yeah, why not the 1 in a race like this that looks wide open and none of these horses really seem to want to win? I love the EquinEdge long shot in races like this.
Can't usually go wrong using that EquinEdge long shot.
We brought back the old EquinEdge long shot algorithm, David, and it's been killing it. Okay, Matt, we're rooting for you, my man.
Using Oaklawn's first race to set up to enter tournament. Next race from live to a double. All right, good luck, Matt.
How about the 1 horse breaking on top? That's a very good sign. There we go. Jay read your book, Matt. Okay, 1 needs to the jockey needs to get the 1 to relax. 9-1 though. Come on, relax yourself a little bit. Come on. Yeah. 23-2 is very fast. I will say this about the 1. The horse's ears are pricked, which is good. That's a good sign. Six is the jockey's all out on the 6. 3's totally struggling. Nobody's really coming other than maybe the 4 horses coming on the inside. 3's having to be shoved on. 6 is done. 5-1. You can't even see the favorite. 9-5. That was predicted. 2's struggling. 1's well in hand right now. It seems like 3 is coming. The rest are far back. 3 now is starting to struggle. 2's being asked, but the 1 seems to be slowing up a little bit. Come on, 1. 1 time for Oldie. Live long shot. Let's go. Oh, starting to shorten strides, Oldie. Come on. Oh, man. Here comes the favorite on the inside. Well, I'm going to get there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that 1 made it interesting, but what happens a lot of times, David, when they're 2 rank early to get the lead, that we see that all the time. Yeah, we had a short thrill there, but you do see that a lot.
Yeah, that's pretty commonplace, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, Aqueduct race number 2 is coming up, and
4 minutes.
Yep. There we go. Tournament time. Oh, Matt. Let us know how you're doing.
All right. Tournament time.
Let's see here. Aqueduct race number 2.
So you have $100. Matt's got $100 double to the top pick. That's the EquinEdge, the Scotty top pick, as I'm assuming. So root you home, Matt. Good luck, man. All right. So I'm watching the horses on the Aqueduct Big A feed, and there is definitely moisture in the track. It's a good track, but it looks like it looks like it's drying out pretty well. So we do have a little moisture still in the track. It is a sunny day, and it's probably a little breezy. In the winter, it'd probably dry out, probably be fast by the fifth, sixth race. And the 6 horse is just taking an incredible amount of money. 11-1 last time out, finishing third at 40. Now is 3-5.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the 6 was going to be really tough to beat, like Rodeo Star, but you didn't love this horse, did you?
No, obviously at 3-5, I'm not going to talk you out of a favorite, but it's not for me. The last 2 races, you had a second and a third, which is an improvement from some of the prior races. But now blinkers on today. They're probably looking for answers for this horse. The trainer is kind of cold. I like the price on my horse. I'm getting a 4-1, and when I see value like that, and now there's a minute left to post, so things can change. But when I get the third choice, and where I think the horse has a little value, that's when I'll swing away with a play for real money. So I'm on the verge of swinging away here on the 2 horse.
Okay.
But again, we're looking at a 5 horse field. If this would never be one of my optional plays in the NHC, it just doesn't really offer much value. Even at 7-2, I don't think it's worth the risk to use in a tourney like that. Does the track look to be harrowed? I think it may be. Yeah, it was sealed yesterday. It looks like it may be harrowed, but don't take that as 100%. Yeah, Matt, I understand. I totally understand. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. My apologies.
All right, they're almost at the gate, everybody. We're gonna run Aqueduct. Who you're live to here?
Aqueduct, I like the 2 Dear John. I'd like it enough at 7-2 to place a live wager on it, on this filly. For Katie Davis. Let's go, Katie.
Right now, 3-5 on the 6.
Yeah, at 3-5, to me, the horse is vulnerable, Scotty. I mean, now I'm getting 4-1 on a horse I like in a 5 horse field. It's really tough not to pull the trigger again.
Yeah,
it's early in the day. I'll watch.
horses out the gate. 3-5 right now on Rodeo Star. It was 11-1 last time out, David. It really wasn't meant to do anything. And
right, but was bet down in that 25 claimer to basically 7-2. So this is, dropping back down. I can see it, but I think part of the reason why this horse is so low, the scratch of the 3, late scratch of the 3, the entry mate actually, which would have taken a lot of money. So it kind of took the value out of the race.
I think the 6 horse gets a really good trip here as well.
Did they go off yet for you? They just went off for me.
They just went off.
Oh, maybe I'm because I'm back north. Maybe I'm on the feed. All right. Good luck, everybody.
All right. So Giants Audible, they're dueling up front. 6 horse on the outside is a little wide.
2-5 now. Wow.
Ends up going off at 2-5. I mean, the thing about it is that the one thing I liked about the 6 is it really doesn't have to worry about being in between horses, nothing like that. But this is but this bunch is equal. Like the 1 horse, the EquinEdge second pick, is sitting in first right now on the rail. 4 horse LaGuardia at 17-1, your second longest shot on the board. And this one seems to be running good, but the 1's well in hand on the inside. 6 horse chilling. Here's your 2 horse at 9-2. You got to be happy with those odds, David.
Oh yeah, yeah.
4 is done.
Even if
Long
he
shot.
loses, I'm happy because I got 9-2. And he's making a move up the rail. It might be tough to beat the 6, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
He's saving all the ground. Yeah, the 6 might be too much the best here.
Yeah, 6 is just cruising on the
Yeah,
outside.
he's cruising up. Look at the Jack's not even touching. Well, the 2's going to make a run at him.
Who's running? Here comes the 5 horse is making a move, but that's going to be for most likely 3rd place. And the jockey, for whatever reason, took the horse 8 wide when it didn't even need to. Always find kind of interesting, but Rodeo Star, 2 to 5
for fun.
Gonna
At
win
2 to 5, and when you see 2 to 5, and you'll get the expression, they knew this horse was winning today. And the 2 ran a credible race, and obviously you can't leave out. And even though I wouldn't put the 6 on top at that price, but you got the 3rd choice in the exacta, so it's not so bad.
Yeah. So 2 horse gets the win. All right, let's take a look at that. So, yep. 51% to win over the long shot Dear John, who ended up getting off at 9-2. What did that exacta pay? And I wonder if that was good for Matt. Is Matt playing at Aqueduct, right?
Oh, I don't think he's playing. I think that's the Oaklawn.
Okay.
I think he's playing. Yeah.
So the 6-2 exacta paid $2. 6-1 exacta was $2 as well. What's going on, Manny? Let's pick some winners, David.
Yeah, let's pick some more.
By the way, Fairgrounds race number 1's coming up in 4 minutes. Now we're going to get out to race. I think we've already done a couple of races on the. Yeah, we've done 3 races so far. Why don't we go to race number 6 over at Gulfstream Park and handicap for the qualifier?
Okay. Did we finish the 3?
Oaklawn only.
Okay, 6th race at Gulfstream. Let me just pull that up. We went through the 2 Aqueduct races, so we're on our 3rd race. Okay, good. All right, 6th race at Gulfstream Park.
All right.
In beautiful Hallandale.
Talk us through it.
Okay, let me just pull that up. So running the simulator, we've got a maiden 25 claimer going a mile on the dirt. We got there's an open company for 3 years and up, and so looking at the pace metrics, the 1 back in business has 8-point advantage over the 2, and I found this as somewhat of an open race, and I know the 5 is the 6 to 5 morning line favorite here, Brian Lynch. And based on the drop down, Scotty, from a maiden special, this horse has been exclusively in maiden special weight. And with 0 for 6, it was a couple of decent races. You got a 2nd, a 3rd, tried the turf once. That wasn't a bad race. Now drops down. Off the drop alone, this horse is a contender. But normally not my type of play with 6 maiden starts. And either you can look at it, just 2nd off the layoff, the horse may improve. And you could look at it 2 ways. It had a trouble line last time out. Didn't have that trouble line. Maybe it was finishing better. But I'm looking to beat this horse. I'm not a big, I don't want any part of Give Me Liberty. This horse got off slow twice, bump starts, picks up Paco today. Should be gunning and trying for the lead. But I thought there were a couple of different options here, but I was ultimately decided it's a contest, NHC qualifier. I'm looking for a little bit of a price. And the horse that intrigued me a bit, who I ultimately settled on, which you might look and say, how'd you come up with this horse? He's a little tough to like based on his form. Well, I landed on the 3 Wincham for John Service. Now, if you look at the horse's form, there's really nothing there. First start was at Parks, going 2 turns, showed a little speed before packing in from an inside post. Then switched to Laurel on the turf, a maiden special weight, and ran a pretty even 6th, only 4 lengths behind the winner. Not a bad race. then tries a 1 mile turf start at Gulfstream in a maiden special. Had a terrible post. 11 out of 12 going a mile. I don't want any part of that post at that distance. He went off at 108 to 1. It's a total throwout. Drops down to $50,000 claimer on the synthetics and bump start. So we don't know what we're going to get out of that race. Or maybe the horse did just not like synthetics, didn't like the that day. So you got trouble lines in the last two. Well, you've got questions in the last two races. Terrible post on the turf start, November 30th. You had trying a surface, the Tapeta, for the first time, and had a bump start at 20 to 1 to take a little bit of money based on being 108 to 1 last time before. Now drops down to a maiden 25. Going a mile. I just think this horse may be a little sneaky in here at a price. I know it's a little bit of a reach, but I like that Dylan Davis stays with this mount. He's been riding well. And I agree it's a little bit of a reach, but give me this horse trying the turf. I'm sorry, trying the dirt for the second time, first time at Gulfstream at this lower level. So it's the 3 Wincham, and if I had a second ticket, it would be the 5, the favorite Padiddle.
This 3 horse, David, is what I do like is this 3 horse is moving up 19 points in GSR.
Right.
So I mean that's getting back to the dirt. When you look at the GSR tab, it's all dirt. I mean, no question, it's all dirt. This horse wants dirt and looks like a middle distance horse, really.
Street sense makes sense,
right? And so I really like this 8 furlongs. I think you're on to a decent long shot here. The 2 horse popped up as a horse to watch on my email, and this one is dropping in class officially, but the SOR is about the same. It was 20% last time. It's 20% today, but it was bumped at the start. It was 4 to 6. It was wide. I don't know how you get that wide, honestly, with 5 horses in the race. Mm-hmm. But the horse did. Velasquez decides to re-ride. Prior to that, the horse was only 4%. It was a 48 SOR. Wasn't really meant to do much. This horse hit the gate 4 back, bumped at the start, was wide. I mean, the point is this horse draws the inside right now, and I don't know if this horse is going to get a good trip or not. But this one definitely deserves another look. It looks like the horse can rate as well. I think Fatouche, the EquinEdge long shot, and the EquinEdge long shot so far has been a little quiet, and it's almost never quiet. So I would watch for the 2 horse Fatouche. 6 horse Give Me Liberty. This one's 5 to 2 on the morning line. This one just doesn't have a winning profile for me. I don't like the amounts of losses. The other thing I don't like is the horse is really not running in the races. If I was to forgive this horse, I will say the horse drew the rail the last couple of races and gets off the rail. Does have 3 second-place finishes, but something seems to be seriously wrong with this horse. But Paco jumps aboard, and it looks like the horse can rate a little bit. I think you have to consider the 6 horse, but it'll probably get bet to like 5 to 2. The 5 horse is making a big drop in class, but even when it wasn't, 3 and 4 back, it's probably the horse to beat on paper with this drop, right? I mean, but
yeah,
it is 6 to 5 on the morning line. It's interesting to me too when you see a horse like this. It's 6 to 5 on the morning line. When you look at it on paper, it doesn't look like a 6 to 5 shot, which makes me like this horse even that much more.
Right, dropping down to this 25, and the 6, they come out of the same race, and they both were bumped at the start. So how do we know who's better, right? But
right,
5 or the 6, right?
Yeah, and I'm trying to find some momentum. I think the 2 horse was your even money favorite last time out, and it just really disappointed. I know it was wide, but I don't know. You're going to get a price today if you like the horse. I mean, last time it was the even money favorite, and so. Who knows? Maybe the 5 horse has got a good workout. I will say this: second off the layoff, dropping big in class, and Dan's got a nice workout here, breezed easily. So, 5 horse seems to be a strong look too. But the race simulator really has the 3 horse losing pretty good. But I really do like the increase in GSR. Service and Davis. Let's look at the jockey trainer combinations. And
You know, a lot of.
I
I don't think they ride. Yeah.
Nothing really all that great, right?
Yeah, because I think the reason for that is Dylan is normally a Naira jock, and John Service more of a Mid-Atlantic type of trainer. He'll ship horses up to New York at times, but yeah, you gotta have.
I think the other one you have to consider here is the one back in business. Irad jumps aboard, and
the one's out. Scotty,
is the one out?
I have the one out. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong race. Continue. My apologies.
That's okay. The race simulator has the one getting the lead, but it doesn't. It has the horse really stopping in the end, and I mean it's stopping pretty good. But you know, Irad does jump aboard. The horse didn't clear last time out. There's a high likelihood with this drop in class that the horse is actually going to improve. And on the stretch out, the GSR is about the same. So what a wide open race this is, isn't it?
It is.
Wow. Well, at the end of the day, and I hate to do it, but I just think the 5 horse looks too good. So I'm going to take the 5.
Okay. So Scotty is on the 5, Padiddle, and I am on the 3, looking for a little bit of a price in this race. Wincham for John Service. All right. Lock you in, Scotty, on the 5.
Gulfstream Park 6, 5 horse, and David's got the 3 horse. Okay, race number 7 at Gulfstream Park.
7 at Gulfstream Park. We've got a 35,000 beaten claimer, mile and 16.
Real quickly. Anthony said, "Look at the 8 horse." Let's look at the 8 horse real quick.
Oh, back in the 6. Sure.
Yeah, this horse is jumping up 15 points. Yeah, it's Ian Wilkes takes over for the first time. It's jumping up 15 points in GSR. I don't think I've ever seen a running line where a horse lost by 86 lengths.
It was eased. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see. What did Bill say?
Yeah, usually they just ease them. Right. They don't. I guess. I agree with you. Usually you'll just see the horse did not finish or eased. Right. They have an actual number there, 86 lengths.
Yeah. Right.
And now it's gelded and blinkers off. So there's too many things going on there for me.
Oaklawn Tourney entered 1 entry, 1 other entry similar, except 1 at a random daily double.
A claim from Todd Pletcher. Tough spot.
Get it, Matt. We're going to be following. We'll be watching the Oaklawn races. Race number 2 is coming up in 14 minutes from now. First of all, I'm a big David Egan fan. I don't know about you, but
I agree. He's running. Good ride. It's going to be a great.
He can absolutely ride. Like absolutely. He just needs opportunities, and but he's super good. But okay, we're going to wait for race number 7. Is race number 4 at Gulfstream Park is coming up, and you're on the 5 horse, which is the horse to watch. It's 3-1, and I'm on the 3 horse. Our Money Moves, but those aren't the favorites. The 2 horse tonight, who's 4-5 on the E morning line, currently 4-5, 33%, but not in the top EquinEdge picks. I mean,
that's the IRAD money,
right? Like, what's going on? This horse has been claimed in the last 2 starts. What do you make of the last effort? I guess it's training good, Dan says. Let's see what Dan's note says. Look much sharper with blinkers. Really seemed all right. So they're adding blinkers, it looks like. Let's take a look here.
Adam Blinkers claimed. But you know what?
Draws the inside and adds blinkers, and isn't but it rated here. I can't say it can't rate. It had issues and rated here. Something happened in the last race as well. But it's burned money at 40% and 31%, and in the last couple of races, adding blinkers. I guess it trained good, but I still can't use a horse like this.
No, and lost that even money and 4-5 the last 2 races. That's an out for me. Scotty, I'll be back in just for the running of this race. Give me a minute. Thanks.
Okay. This is a big speed advantage for the 3 horse. Our Money Moves. It really is. And I recognize that the 2 is a good breaker and adds blinkers and is most likely going to be sent early. Blinkers were on before though. They're re-adding them. I like first time blinkers. Second time blinkers, I don't know. I mean, like bringing them back, that doesn't you always produce. I think 3-1 right now on the 3-horse Harmony Moves. Here's a horse that ran pretty good. The race simulator is saying this horse is going to be on the lead early, and it broke 9th in its first start, coming back at the same surface and distance. And I know David made the point earlier that he doesn't like horses that are claimed off of Sappy Joseph, and I can understand that. Comes back at the same level. Now Cajun's cooking. The 3 is going to be on the lead, and 2 is going to be going. The horse that's going to be finishing for sure is Cajun's Cooking, who was claimed off of Kathleen O'Connell last time out by Colin Mirage, and Rajit Mirage is aboard. So I would imagine David likes this 5-horse. I don't blame him. I like the 3-horse. You know, for me, I think it's a 2-horse race. The 7-horse, it's the EquinEdge second pick. Don't get me. I don't know, like what it is about this horse. The GSR is dropping. I don't see it. Let's see here. Part 4. And the top, here's an interesting horse, though. The 4-horse is an interesting long shot, you guys. 41-1. It's a second-time starter, and it's in the new GSRs, it's actually the top GSR. I mean, it's just one metric, but maybe throw the 4 in there somewhere. Maybe the 4 runs. Hey, Sylvain, how are you? And Tony likes the 6-horse in this race. Blue got in. Yeah, I can understand. Totally makes sense. I know the win percentage doesn't like it. The GSR is kind of low. Was bet a little bit on debut, Patrick. Yep. And
hey, these full bands in the house. Hi, Sylvain.
Yep.
Thanks for joining. Hey, Patrick. 6 was bet a little bit on.
Dude, listen, the 3-horse is going to be tough to catch. These aren't horses that really love to pass horses. I think the 5-horse Cajun's Cooking is a player in here off the claim for Colin Mirage. They're on the synthetic for this 5. Listen, at 5 furlongs here on the synthetic here, you and I both know speed is a very popular commodity and it's very tough to beat horses like this.
Yeah.
You know, and if the 2 doesn't break good or doesn't clear, the 2's toast, I think. I don't think the 2 rates from that inside post with as fast as the 3 is. And Tyler's likely to win another race. 4, I just would say maybe throw the 4 in there somewhere, like maybe for 3rd or 2nd.
Okay. Yeah, that horse would. He got a slow start last. He may be closing. Yeah, just looking at Matt's notes. You know, Matt. Sometimes the universe may be sending us a message, so don't ignore it. Yep. And sometimes I'll be riding in my car. I'll hear a tune, and I'll start looking at the entries. I'm like, oh my god, Jackie Blue. I just heard, and there's a horse called Jackie Blue coming up in the 7th race. How could I not play that horse? Maybe there's a message being sent by some external force. So. All right, so I'm anticipating a speed duel here between the 2 and the 3. And I've told I don't anticipate speed duels, so we'll see how it goes here. I'm on the 5.
I think
you on the 3.
I think it's the 3-5 race.
Okay.
Rainbow 6 pool strongly supported here today. It's actually at 626,000 and climbing.
Yeah, I can't wait. Sylvain, USA versus Canada in the 4 Nations on Saturday at 8 p.m. I'm looking forward to it. Could be fun.
Gold in the sky to complete the line. 5 furlongs for race 4, all in line. They're off. Gold in the sky off slowly. The favorite was away great tonight. Reaches out for the early lead from Blue.
So the
Dot In,
two
comes up on the far
outbroke
outside.
the three.
Between horses, it's our money move.
Which
Ducking over to the rail is Cajun's Cooking.
will definitely is
Second
going to
last
definitely
is Gold
affect
in
the three
Sky,
horse
and
if
the
the
early
three doesn't
trailer is
pass this
Lieutenant
too quickly.
Severide.
The three is
Run
not
to the
one that's going to
half-mile
really
point.
rate.
It's our money moves doing battle with tonight. They're locked up heads apart. 3 wide. Blue Got In is now third. Tripped out in fourth is Cajun's Cooking. He draws closer with an inside lane. 7 more to Gold in the Sky, and Lieutenant Severide is last.
Three seems to have the measure of the two. Two seems all out.
The leader is
The
tonight.
jockey on the
Money
three
moves
hasn't even asked
alongside
yet.
in second. Angled
5
off
is
the
coming.
inside off a good trip. Cajun's Cooking with every opportunity from there.
The three's
Blue
kind of
Got In
turning
is
its
next.
head.
They're off the turn. They're in the stretch
And
drive.
5 is
The
coming.
3 favorites within a length of each other, an eighth of a mile.
There
from
comes your
home.
horse right now.
Tonight
But
has the
Rad's
lead.
got
Cajun's
horse
Cooking
as
tries to
well.
pick
This is
him
a
up.
2-horse
Back to
race.
third. Our money moves tonight is still in front.
5's going to get it.
Outside, Cajun's
Nice
Cooking
call,
driven
Dave.
hard. Cajun's Cooking has hit the front right
No!
back. Great win photo.
Oh, I lost it.
Tonight
Yeah,
is
I
live.
got the head
Cajun's
bob.
Cooking
You got it.
outside.
Well, I
It
thought
comes
that was
down to a
done.
head
I'm sorry.
bob. And 57.
Wow.
Got a couple, like my third place today. Wow. The dreaded head bob.
Really?
And you see the late money the 5 took?
5 took late money. It's really it's unbelievable that Tyler doesn't get that horse to the lead, though. It really is. Like that 3, you've got to be sending out of that gate.
Yeah, these 5 furlong races. And again, with that being said, he only held on by a head bob nostril, and it was, he did take pace pressure from the 3, but blinkers on. I don't know. You think that head bob is after the wire?
It's super close.
How many Stanley Cup winners are on Team Canada? Ooh. I don't have the roster in front of me, but I will tell you this. You've got Matthew Tkachuk on USA. I'm not sure. You got Sidney Crosby. You got a bunch of them on Canada.
So we're
there's
waiting.
going to be a photo.
It's very close.
Yeah. I think that, the 2 did get it.
Yeah, tonight.
Got that beneficial head bob right at the wire.
Yep. Okay, we got Aqueduct race number 3 coming up. That's the last of the feeders.
Okay. How many minutes to post on that, Scotty?
2 minutes.
1 to 2 minutes. Yeah. All right, we'll watch that.
Let's see here. So tonight is the winner. 4 to 5 on the 2-horse tonight. Went off as your favorite. Irad aboard. Man, I did not like that horse. All right.
Looks like a 2-horse race here.
2-horse race. David, who are you on here?
I'm on the speed, collected special. Obviously, we thought I'd get a lot more than 3 to 2, but with the race was decimated by those 3 scratches. So it takes a lot of the competitive nature out of this race. 8 to 5, so even money. And you're on the 2, correct?
I'm on the 2-horse. I think it's a 2-horse race between the 2 and the 7.
I would concur.
Yeah, I'm not hating on the effort by the 2-horse at 12 to 1 last time out against a better group of horses and only 10% to win. That not really worried about that. Prior to that, it was similar. The horse was only 18% to win, but low win percentage connections. But I'm rooting for Katie Davis as well. I think this horse is going to run a good race. But what's interesting is how about the? Let's see here.
Nope, we got an objection. Supposedly.
Oh, really? Between the 2 and the
Take
5?
down.
Yeah.
Is a jock's objection and not a steward's inquiry?
I'm really surprised that the 7-horse is even money. Are you surprised by that on the EE morning line?
Yeah. All right. So like I said, with the scratches, I'm looking at the head on it, Gulfstream. He's coming out a little bit. I just think it's right starting it. Let's see, how many pads does he come out? I don't think it's enough there. Maybe the 2 was coming out a bit, but I don't think it's enough to justify a takedown. Even though I'd like to see it, but I don't think it's going to happen.
All right, they're going into the gate.
Okay. All right, let me change my feet.
6 to 5 on both the 2-horse and the 7-horse. All right.
All right, good luck, everybody. I think the 7 goes wire to wire.
Sam says no change.
No change. I didn't think so.
All right. Collected special 7 to 5, but even money on the 2-horse. But 7's got an easy lead. The 3-horse is running up on the 7 right now, who's being asked. That helps the 2-horse. 6-horse.
Yeah, it's only 23 and change, but it's
good.
It's not a incredibly fast pace, but it's contentious. Yeah, I think he's going to burn the 7 out with the speed here.
Yeah, 7's done.
Yeah, I don't know. He's coming back along the rail a little bit, but I don't think he's going to race.
He's more likely for last than he is anything. He's done. Here comes
he's done.
With Katie Davis, right in between horses on the rail. Going to have to beat the 8-horse on the outside. Come on, Katie. One time. 8-horse at 7 to 2, honorary degree. We talked about this. EquinEdge.
Yeah. Low percentage trainer is going to be Katie Davis.
Yep. 8-2.
Took advantage of a contentious pace, which we did not see.
Katie did everything she could on that too. She did a really nice job. She's a nice rider, honestly. Yeah, she did a nice job. Nothing wrong with what Katie did there. That's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly, Dan. Just he's so good. Okay, so we need race number 7 now. So we have 5 races to do in about 25 minutes to do it, David. So we're gonna have to rush.
Hold on a second. I think we have more time than that. No.
Aqueduct 5.
What time's the first qualifier?
Oh, Aqueduct 5. Oh, we do, don't we? That was only race number 3. Okay, my bad. We have time.
Yeah, we got time. All right, let me just pull up my entries for the qualifier to make sure I'm on the
7, 8, and 9. 7, 8, and 9.
All right, 3:04. So we've got plenty of time. So we're on the Gulfstream 8th, correct?
Yeah. Gulfstream 7.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Gulfstream 7th. Okay, let's go to Gulfstream 7th, the turf race. All right, this race changed too because we've got a couple of key scratches. We've got going a mile and 16th, 35 beaten claimers for 4 and up. So the 2's out, who I thought was a contender for Jimmy Toner, and the 3's out, Mike Maker horse. And then we had the 7, Rich's Way, who I didn't think was a contender, but also Long Branch Lou, who I thought was live at a price. So it makes it a little easier of a race, this 7th. So let me just pull up my EquinEdge to see what the revised pace metric numbers are. Okay. Scotty, you want to get a chance to run the simulator?
Let's go here. All right, here we go.
Okay. So it looks like we've got a contentious pace between the 1 King Elvis and the 8 My Sea Cottage. Now, My Sea Cottage, I don't believe, has won a race without being on the lead. And now King Elvis stretches out for the first time, coming out of primarily sprints, and did win a mile race at Woodbine way back in August of 23, wire to wire. So, speed's been playing pretty good on this course with the lack of rain down there, right? But
Yeah.
With that being said, I think that going a mile on the 16th could be a challenge for the one. And that was my Sea Cottage off the layoff, dropping in class a bit. Yeah, has got a chance here. But I think the horse that's now with the scratches, who seems real logical to me, Scotty, who I ultimately landed on, was the Scotty Longshot, the 4 Burning Turf. New trainer, and Jaramillo stays on. And second race off a layoff, and the last comeback race, this horse just missed at 5-2. This horse has positional speed. Stays at this 35 level. This horse was racing against tougher earlier in the year, 62 claimers and 50 shipped over to Del Mar, a 50 claimer. And evidently liked the class relief on December 20th. Has a bullet workout on February 2nd at Palm Meadows at 47-2 breezing. And looks in a great spot here, in my opinion, stalking the 2 speed. So I'm all over the 4 here, Burning Turf. I have 2 entries. I'd have this horse on both tickets. So it's all 4. Burning Turf with Jaramillo up for the 2nd time.
Yeah. All right. Bring me a check, the top EquinEdge pick. Throw out the last race. The horse was only 5% to win. It was 12 furlong race. It really wasn't up that horse's alley. The horse can rate, sit a good trip. What's that?
Scotty's horse is scratched. The 2, 3, 7, and 10 are out.
Race 7 at Gulfstream?
That's what I got.
Do you? Let's see here.
Yeah, it's weird because I've got my EquinEdge here, and it's my scratches are coming up.
Okay, there it is. 2, 3, 7, 10 is scratched. Sorry. Yeah, I was on staging. My bad. Hold on here.
Okay.
There we go. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having all sorts of internet issues. I'm going to have to do something about my internet. And so I'm having to switch back and forth between production and staging. So, okay. So, yeah, I had liked that horse. 4 is Burning Turf, actually, is a horse to watch. You picked 3 of those horses today. It's interesting. And this horse is second off the layoff. It had a couple of layoff lines in a row, but it ran a good race first off the layoff, and it comes back at the same level. But it does get claimed. And Jose Gallegos. Fly the W is going to be your big favorite. The horse has burned so much money, and at least in the last, it doesn't look like the same horse, but it's also been on synthetic the last couple of races. And it seemed to have some issues in the race 3 back. I'm going with the 9 horse, Fly the W. I think it's going to run a good race.
All right. A Fly the W is some game horse. I mean, this horse is 20 wins. 20 for 45 with 11 thirds, 6. This horse just loves to run and always fires a pretty decent shot. The last race with the 6th place finish was its worst in a long time, but now goes back to obviously a contender. Yeah.
Oh, good point as well too. The rail's at 45 feet. Holy hell, you're not joking, Pat. Wow.
45. That's right. Yep.
Okay, so Matt's alive to 3 horses. We missed Oaklawn, didn't we? But he obviously had it. Oaklawn Park. Oh, it went off. You're alive to 3.
He's saying that in real time, that he's alive to 3 horses that are currently going off.
That are currently going off. Okay.
All right.
Let's see here. Let's
pull it up.
Oaklawn Park. I'll pull it up right now. Let's see if we can catch the tail end of it. Oh, the 7 horse won the race. Well, it's the top EquinEdge pick, and it's a horse to watch. I can't imagine Matt didn't have that. All right. Did Oldie have a note on that horse? He did. Horse
65.
65. So Oldie didn't love that horse, but yeah. Look to above. Attorney, I was allowed to cash double with 3. I made additional cash bets, and the 5 and 7 most likely winner. I'm now at even. Okay.
Yeah, very logical horse. Norm Cassidy.
Yeah. Okay, race number 8 at Gulfstream Park. Let's go there.
Okay, race number 8 at Gulfstream Park. Let me just pull it up on my EquinEdge. So we've got a 5.5 furlong sprint on the Tapeta. 17.5 claimer for 3-year-old fillies.
I'm on the 5 horse, by the way. I just think the 5 horse is dropping in class. I mean, been facing way, way better horses and gets off of the rail. Last couple of races were on the rail. Jumps up in win percentage. So I'm on this horse.
Yeah, definitely a contender. My question is, let me just look up the GSR for this horse on turf compared to dirt, right? Okay.
All of them are low, though, for that matter.
Yeah.
Now, the 8 horse could go gate to wire. Let me just say that right now. I mean, you might not. At 5.5 furlongs, this horse barely hung on, breaking its maiden, though. That's the only reason I'm playing against. But the 8 horse likes synthetic, and in fact, on the new GSRs, it's got the highest number by 10 points. So
right. So I'm sort of torn here, Scotty. So I'm not on your 5. I just thought that maybe this horse prefers turf. The Tapeta race, although it was at a higher class level, the horse really didn't do much running at almost 19-1. And I thought that, but again, with the class drop, it does deserve a look here. I'm a little torn, like I said, between the 2 Eddie Plisa horses. And you referenced the first one, Lily Bird. This horse guns out. It's got a lot of speed. Had a bullet workout on January 30th. And it's one way for this horse. This horse is going to have the lead and last as long as it can. The thing that impressed me about this filly is that she broke from the 11 post last time on the 5 furlong Tapeta, which is tough. This horse had enough speed to outbreak the field and get inside position and just barely held on by a nose. I mean, if this horse had the 2 posts, would this filly have just won by 5 lengths? So I don't know how to judge this horse. And what's going to happen with the pace scenario with the other horse? Waziah is on the other Eddie Plisa entry 3 any moment. This horse now did also win on the Tapeta at 5 furlongs, pressed the pace, and is a pretty fast filly herself. Had dropped down from a 50 claimer to a 25, but I think both of these horses are live. I could flip a coin, but I think that ultimately I am going with the 3 any moment, but it's a close choice between the 3 and the 8 for me. So I'll land on the 3 here any moment over the 8, who would be my definite pick on a secondary ticket. So 3-8, 8-3 for me, Scotty.
all right. 3-8. I'm on the 5. And, 3-8. Okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Zaya's may be able to rate this horse off the speed here. And again, they're 2 entry mates. I don't think they're going to get into a speed duel. I just can't foresee that. That wouldn't be too practical.
No. Race number 9. Gosh, this internet's going to kill me. The last thing I do, this internet's going to be the death of me, David. Coldstream Park, race number 9. By the way, up on the site, I don't know if you saw the Kentucky Derby futures are up there, right? So
yes,
yeah. By the way, I've got a long shot play for everybody at Oaklawn Park in the next race, race number 3. So $20K on the 8 horse over at Aqueduct. Is that race number 4? Yeah, I've got a horse for you guys. Long shot, possible long shot play in race number 3 at Oaklawn. Okay, race number 9, David. The 1 horse, Go Amy, is a horse to watch. Popped up on the algorithms. You give this horse any shot?
Yeah, I looked at this horse for a while off the drop down. Turf first time. It's a little tricky. Third start off a layoff. The horse may improve a little bit. She could be in a good spot here from the rail with her positional speed. But I thought this was really wide open, and I didn't really know which way to go. I thought the 9 was very live here. I thought the 10 was live. The 1's a contender. Go, Amy. But I have a suspicion that maybe this horse may be better. She may be better on dirt. First time turf's a big play for me, though, but this doesn't look like the spot in the maiden 25 here. I have to admit, you've got a Pletcher first timer here, the fiery one, who I'm not sure what to do with. This is usually not Todd's go-to. Irad going, first time for a maiden 25. That's Todd's. That's not his spot normally. The horse that really intrigued me, and I'm going to be on the Dylan Davis train today. The second long shot I picked. I'm going to land on the 4 here and take a shot with Maxine Magic. This horse began her career on the synthetics at Woodbine and didn't lift a hoof. Got off to a slow start and did no running. So you can throw that race out. Ships down to Gulfstream, stretches out to 2 turns on the Tapeta, and showed a little life. Stalked the pace from an outside post. At one point was within 2 lengths of the lead before tiring late. Cuts back, tries turf first time to Cairo Prince. What's the GSR is a 52. Let's see how that shapes up. It's like the 4th best in the race. I'm a sucker for these first-time turfers. The concern is this horse was in 17. She's in the 17.5 maiden claimer. Maybe she's a little cheap for these, but there's no world beaters in here. So I thought this horse with Mark Cassie looked to have a shot. So give me Maxine Magic at a price. It's from Cassie and Davis. It seems like that's the value of the race. So I'm on Maxine Magic, Scotty.
All right. The 2-horse Grexy's A. I think this is a first-time starter that should be at least considered. And
I agree.
Yeah,
More Than Ready is one of my favorites. Yeah, that's a tricky one. But what's a More Than Ready doing starting for 25 rather than a maiden special weight? That's the concern I had. But More Than Ready is one of my favorite turf sires, along with Oscar.
This is a pretty weak field, right? And
very.
Mean to me, the 3-horse Gaffleon gets off of the 4-horse to ride here, and this is a big drop in class.
First time turf, Curvin.
First time turf. The GSR does drop a little bit. I'm looking at staging right now. It's the 3rd top number. Let me tell you the top GSR. Actually, the top GSRs on the new algorithm are the 2, 3, and 5. 2, 3, and 5. So it happens to be the top EquinEdge picks as well. So something to think about.
Okay.
And I don't know what happened last time out with this horse. It is dropping. You got, but I think at the end of the day, I think I'm going to go with the first-time starter. I think the fiery one for Pletcher and Irad Ortiz. I mean, not every day you see them debuting a horse in this one's well bred as well.
Yeah, that's the concern I had because Todd with Irad with a well-bred filly on the turf, what would they be doing dropping in for a claimer maiden 25 first time out, right?
Yeah,
I think they'd try at least one maiden special weight. You would think.
The 9-horse Shancelius wins the race simulator by a lot. Did you consider this one at all? I just didn't like the breeding. I don't like the turf breeding for this one.
Yeah, Shancelius is the Chancelot's first time turf. Yeah, it definitely has a chance. Let me put it that way. But I faded a little bit, but it definitely wouldn't surprise me if this horse won. I also thought the 10 had a look too. This Pretty Thing with Delgado with David Egan aboard. Trying turf for the first time. Synthetic didn't like, and in Great Britain, looks like it had a good turf race with a good second. So we don't know what this horse is. This filly is. Could be usable.
So I'm going to go with the 3-horse Mean to Me. Just this horse has been facing better horses. It seemed like the horse is a few first-time starters. I like the 1 a bit. Go Amy. I like the 3-1. I'm going to go there. I think the 2's an interesting long shot, but I think I'm going to go with the 3 at the end of the day.
Okay, so Scotty, you are on the 3. I'm on the 4. If I had a second pick, I would probably use the 6. So it would be 4-6 for me. Scotty would be 3-1. Okay.
Okay.
All right, we got to go to. Okay, hold on a second. Is there something coming up? We have 2 more. We've got Tampa 8th.
We have 3 more, actually. We've got Tampa 7, 8, and 9.
Oh, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Okay, good.
Tampa 7. Again, I've got a long shot for you guys in at Oaklawn Park, race number 3. And we'll talk about that after we cover a race or 2 here at Tampa Bay.
Okay, you want to go to the 7th?
2-horse wins the race simulator by a mile, 69% to win, Triumphant Road. This horse was 34% to win last time out off of a layoff and got second. Wasn't a bad effort. Second time for Safi Joseph. And I don't know, like Cipriano Gill's aboard. I think Cipriano makes the most of the opportunities. He's ridden Cipriano, meaning Safi Joseph, 8 times, and they've won 2 of those races, so that's not bad. But on the turf, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm a little behind here. I'm just grabbing my notes. I did write some notes down here and put them in the system. Yeah, I mean, Triumphant Road's going to be real tough to beat on the drop, right? But again, this horse has had 13 starts, Scotty. Keeps dropping. The last one had a trouble line, but again, this is only the second time for Safi. Drops down here to a low level. There's no world beat, very weak field, so this horse looks like it has this field over a barrel, right? So then I started looking around. I'm like, I guess you could use Ocala Rocket, who's 0 for 13, but so I thought Frozen 4 had a look, but I don't think it's got enough speed to stay close enough here. Grand Park View doesn't look like probably wants to go this far, in my opinion. So I was looking for a long shot. I think Triumphant Road will be 4-5. So I'm thinking, is there a horse here that may get second, that long shot? Because I thought this was a very weak field and you may get some bomb running second. And so I looked and I decided that I'm not going in the direction of Triumphant Road. So I might not be on the road to Triumph and taking the $5.20. I'm looking at the 5 Skylar's Artemis for Anthony Ferraro. I'm always saying that in the past that Anthony Ferraro doesn't do well shipping horses down from Finger Lakes into Tampa. And he proved me wrong with a couple of victories over the last couple of weeks at Tampa. This horse, if you look at, now this is a turf race. This horse has been primarily on dirt. But if you look at his race on October 23rd at Aqueduct, first start was his first turf start, showed a little speed, little positional speed before tiring at 1 mile and 1/16. All right. And, from there, had 2 races, showed a little speed sprinting at 40,000 maiden claimer at 3-1. Not a bad race. And then showed speed in some of his other efforts. Just missed at Finger Lakes. Presque Isle Downs just missed the race. Shipped to Finger Lakes, 1 mile and 70 yards, probably too far for that horse. And then maiden 16 is probably the right spot at Delaware, but absolutely did not lift a hoof. With that being said, I did look at the breeding on this horse, and I checked Flame Away and also the Dam, Dancing in Her Dreams. And would you know that both of them had won their starts on the turf? That's good enough for me in a very weak field at a 20-1 morning line. So took a little shot with Skylar's Artemis. And obviously, if I had another ticket, secondary pick would be Triumph Road, which was going to be very difficult to beat. So I think I'm going to box at 2-5 exact in this race. So on the top, Skylar's Artemis at 20-1.
All right, David's on the 5 horse. So there's a first-time starter that's popped up my interest here, and that's the 3 horse, and Mike Denning, and it only wins 6% of the time. But there's some indicators here that maybe this horse can run. I like the work pattern, and the turf is fine for this horse. It also has the top GSR on the new numbers. And so if you are going to try to beat the 2 horse, why not do it with a possible first-time starter here and in the 3 horse? I doubt you can beat the 2, but I think maybe a first-time starter could win. The other one I'm looking at is the 8 horse, who's really been running good and now stretches out. And let's take a look at the GSR is the 3rd top GSR in the new numbers. And here the GSR on the 8 horses, it's average. But Grand Park View is a horse that I think you have to consider. Kind of has that style of wanting to go long. It's never gone long before. This will be the longest distance. And it's run fine on the dirt. I think it's already proven it likes the dirt, so that's not going to be a problem. I'm going to choose between the 8 and the 3, trying to beat the favorite, who I know is going to be tough. But I'm just going to put 3 and 8 right for now. I'm not sure what I'm going to do.
Okay, you don't think the 8, Scotty, looks more like a sprinter, even though, I mean, you got a Gervin and you got, I just checked the Dam. She only had 1 start and was at 4.5 furlongs.
Well, there was it's kind of all over the Dam. It's not.
What's the GSR on that?
It's
48. Right.
The GSR is not. It's nicer on the new numbers. So the new numbers have this horse being okay, and the new numbers have this horse anywhere from. So it's 6 furlongs to 8 furlongs on the new numbers. So it might be worth considering the 8 horse, who's actually, you have a horse that's actually been running and trying and right there every time. I think the only reason why you might get some odds here is because, you got Ronnie Allen as well, is because people can't see it because the horse hasn't done it before. I think I would probably favor this horse over a first-time starter. So I think I'm going to go with the 8. I'm going to put the 8 on top. Yep.
Okay, you're putting the 8 on top, Grand Park View. And look at it this way. I mean, we're both reaching. When you see Triumphant Road, it's top the top Scotty pick with a 69% win percentage, right? And 4-5 EE morning line. Those horses rarely lose. So, but the point is, the horse will be 3 or 4-5. So we're trying to get a place price that may be just a little bit more than the win place combo on Triumphant Road. So, all right. So you're on the 8 Grand Park View. I'm on the 5 Skylar's Artemis.
They're going into the gate over at Coldstream Park.
Running Slew Diva.
And did you happen to look at this race number 5?
I don't believe I did because it wasn't part of the.
The 3 horse Sevilla. This horse actually deserves a long look. It's the EquinEdge second pick. And this one's went long on the synthetic last time out. Throw that out. Is dropping in class here. Showed some speed 2 races back over at Fairgrounds. I think the 3 horse is a major player. Kiss Cam might need the lead and isn't going to get the lead. And I think Slew Diva, the 6 horse, is a player. And the the 5-horse Instagram Girl seems to need the lead as well. And so I think you could see a horse like the 1-horse Happy Sunday and Sevilla, which of course
what's wrong with Kiss Cam
in Spain. I think the 4 needs the lead.
Okay, yeah, you're probably right.
You know, and I'm not going to get the lead, but Sevilla, of course, hunch play in Spain. In fact, I think in a couple of months, me and Anna are going there because Anna's from northern Spain.
Oh, nice. Well, I have to tell you, Scotty, on Valentine's Day, it's too much of a hunch play to not play Kiss Cam. So I'm on Kiss Cam for a hunch play on Valentine's Day.
Sounds good. I think it's going to be very tough for this 4 unless the 4 gets the lead. And I don't know that that's going to happen. We'll see.
Make it a sweet trip.
Good start out wide. Slew Diva.
All right, good luck, everybody.
The early advantage. Instagram Girl and Bouvier going to run with her. These 3 almost in line. They've gone 3 better than Kiss Cam, who's ridden into 4th. Second last and a bit awkward interaction is Sevilla. And at the rail, Happy Sunday badly beaten for speed in the early stages here. Last a long way. The pace appears a quick one. Up on the outside, Slew Diva toward her inside. Instagram Girl, they're locked up heads apart. They kicked a quarter at 22 flat. That's rolling for this
line. Like somebody's coming from behind, I would imagine. The 4 is running nicely. I don't think the 4 is going to have any problem with the rating. I didn't think the 4 could race, but it looks like the 4 Kiss Cam is moving just
hard
fine.
used, but now puts away Instagram Girl. She'll have to deal with Kiss Cam on the outside. She continues to run home pretty well. From the back, Sevilla and Happy Sunday try to get rallies together.
Sevilla's not running at all.
The leader is still Slew Diva.
And the 6-horse Big Favorite is on the lead, not changing leads.
On the outside, she's now third.
And Kiss Cam is coming. I think Kiss Cam's going to catch the
Slew Diva
favorite.
trying to hold off Kiss Cam. Here comes Kiss Cam on the outside. Kiss Cam has gained the upper hand, and Kiss Cam is going to win it. Kiss Cam wins going away.
4, 6, 5. 20-1 on the 5.
Way out of it.
Yeah, had to revert to a hunch play on Valentine's Day. Kiss Cam.
There you go.
72 works for me. So
yeah, see, you why even handicap, David? Doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Doesn't make any sense.
Let's see here. Aqueduct race number 4 just went off. Did you like anything at Aqueduct?
Oh, you know, I love stuff at Aqueduct. If you pull up the notes on the 2-horse at Aqueduct, funny you ask, my friend.
Well, the race is over, so.
Oh, it is? Oh, shit.
Yeah, the 5-horse ended up winning the race.
Oh, forget it. Then don't pull up the notes.
Yeah. The 5-horse at Aqueduct wins the race. Let's see here.
Yeah, that's his horse yeah. That's David Donk's horse. Yeah, that horse I picked last time out. Rats.
All right. So, all right, you guys. I'm going to give you a horse here at we're testing a new long shot algorithm, and it has the 3-horse. No, in race 3, excuse me, the 7-horse. First time starter, Paint Rocks Surprise.
At Oaklawn Park.
Oaklawn Park. It has the 3-horse, Paint Rock Surprise. So maybe a horse you might want to look at. We'll stay for this, and then we'll go to. We got plenty of time. I think the first leg of the qualifier, David, is in 26 minutes from now, and we only have a couple of races to cover.
2 races that go. Yeah. Then we'll stay on to listen to Aqueduct.
Yeah.
I guess.
So let's see.
Which is the horse you like, Scotty?
The 7-horse is an algorithm, the long shot algorithm we're working on, and it says that the 7-horse might be able to run, but it's only 1% to win. The race simulator is showing this horse a little bit. Let's see here. My internet is so bad. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we'll see. It's the race simulator doesn't love the horse, but what you have to do is you have to look at the favorites. The 2 doesn't look like all that. The 5 does look good. You know, I could definitely see the 5 running a good race. It's been consistent in the last couple of races, so probably the horse to beat. The 6-horse has no speed, but the race simulator says that the horse will be near the pace. So,
I'm going to take a little shot here with the 3-horse along with your 7, looking for a price here at Oaklawn.
Okay.
I mean, this horse was 90-1 at almost, geez, in a 12-horse field at Oaklawn, but drops way down to the bottom here. Barred it off, slow back. That's a total throwout race. Works a little slow, but this is nothing in. There's a 12.5 claimer. 12.5 or 20? 12.5 to 20. Yeah, I'm going to use 2 long shots. I'm using the 3, Polska Sue and your 7.
Okay.
This looks like this race cries out for a long shot.
I think Air Castle is the horse to beat on paper. The 2-horse, Georgia's on my mind. Georgia's on E's mind. I don't know about this one. I mean, on paper, this one doesn't look all that great. It's dropping a little bit in class. The win percentage does go up, but look at it. I mean, it was 28% here. It didn't run. It's third off the layoff. The last couple of races have not been very impressive. I don't know. I couldn't use the 2, but then I'm not seeing things all that great, to be fair, John. I do like the 5. I mean, 5 is definitely a horse you have to beat. But the set, like I said, we're testing a new long shot algorithm. So far, it's given 2 races today. It gave race 3 at Aqueduct. It had the 3-horse, who I believe got 3rd. And it had race number 2 at Fairgrounds, and that horse got 3rd, I believe. So far, 2 third-place finishes, it looks like. So with price horses, yeah.
Hey, I mean, and Scotty, this 5-horse looks like very difficult to beat at even money. But what's wrong with a 34 to 1 shot just hitting the board,
right? No,
a couple of exotics, right? So so I'm on the 7. I'm using your 7. I also thought that like the 3 is interesting a little bit with a place show type. Yeah. So 3 and 7, 2 long shots here. So I use the 5 over the 3-7. I like the breeding on a 3-horse a little bit. The 5 iron out of Sharp Humor, really good in sprinting. Okay. Yeah, John. Yeah, the odds are going to judge up. Yeah, I think in a field like this with this 5-horse taking a ton of money, we're going to be fine. And Wiz likes the 8 at Oakland Park, who is Richo. Oh, yeah, Mike Maker horse, second time dropping from a 35 claimer. Yeah, definitely a live horse off being up rank the last time out. Good call.
All right, 7 goes into the gate. Good. One more to load on the outside, the 12-horse. Come on, 7. Maybe we can get lucky. So far, we had 2 shows.
Yeah, good luck, everybody. They're off.
Didn't break very good.
Yeah, with the 8s running off their feet at this point. $22 and 1. That's pretty fast pace.
No, he's not going to run.
Yeah, it looks like this 8 is winning for fun.
Somebody just dropped their whip.
The 2's coming.
I'm going to watch this 7 horse for the next race. It's been very green in this race, but
oh, this 9's flying. 298. Both of our long shots did not run.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Nice
yeah, 7 didn't run.
Georgia on his mind, and another.
This is grabbing big long shots, just so you know. If you guys have a pen, in about 10 minutes, I'll give you the rest of the plays today. So if you want them, but again, they're usually, most of these are big prices. Race number 2 at Aqueduct. It was race number 3 at Aqueduct. The 3 horse got second, Vitalized. So this was one of them. I didn't play it. I just the list was just sent to me, but this horse did get second actually. And then Fairgrounds 2, and that is the 2 horse. Let's see. All right, Fairgrounds 2. The 2 horse got third. All right, 10-1. So, Love Potion number 9. Yeah, that's actually that was a good hunch.
You almost had another hunch play for Valentine's. Dare to Catch Love. Just missed, but big price. 67-1 for place. That'd be a nice, sweet exacta.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see here. Probable. All right. We have 2 more races to do, David. We've got race number 8 at Tampa Bay and race number 9 at Tampa Bay. Let's get through that.
Okay. Let me get out to race 8 at Tampa Bay. And just give me a minute to switch my screen from Oakland, and I'll be right with you. Race 8, optional claimer, 32. Okay, good deal, Matt. All right. And this is for mares 4 and up. Oh, this was, Scotty had a note here with a question mark. Man, this was just a real crazy live inscrutable race, that head scratch, whatever the hell you want to call it. And I did make a selection here, but I don't know how I got to that point. So let's go through it. As far as we got, it looks like we're going to have a contentious pace. That's the first thing I came up with. You've got 3 horses, actually 4 horses having an 80 or above pace metric, from Mortal Love 91, then to Happy Bella, Awesome Pick, Can't Resist It, Hopes it. Yeah, it looks like a contentious pace here, right? But they're only going 6. I thought to me, this looked like a perfect wheel race. Use them all if you're going to play horizontals, because I just couldn't. Originally, it was going to settle on the 10, Athena's Wisdom, 3rd off a layoff, have 2 off the claim, moving up to 32, maybe a little too steep for this horse, but it likes to track. So I thought the 10 was a definite use. The 4 for Mike Denis stays at this 32 level. 4th race off the layoff, but goes back to dirt. And I don't know what to do with the 5, Happy Bella, off the maiden, off the optional claimer win, moving up. That horse has got a shot, but I can go through all of them. I thought the 7 had a shot. I thought the 6 had a shot, but we'll go to the horse I landed on, and that's the 2, Awesome Pick.
All right.
This horse now has only won 1 race at Tampa. However, if you look at the line, we had a long layoff from May 3rd of 24 to his last start on January 31st. Both 5 furlong sprints on the turf course. Now, this horse is 0 for 2 on the turf, so it's curious that they tried turf with this horse twice. Are they just giving up, saying, okay, turf is not the game here, and maybe the 5 is maybe a little too short for this mare? Keep in mind, this horse is 6 for 22 lifetime. I like that percentage. Has won 2 races at 6, and you go back, has won a race at Tampa, and back early about a year ago, just missed at an optional 32 claimer. Seems competitive at that level. Did lose to C Art back in April of 24, but I think maybe I like the workout pattern. We have pretty strong work on January 5th, leading up to that turf start, and then a bullet work breezing against only 3 other horses and 37 breezing. But I think maybe this horse will benefit from that sprint off the layoff and have a little more conditioning. So it's the best guess I had, picking up Centino again. So just I landed on the 2 here. Awesome pick. But I guess my second pick would be the 10, Athena's Wisdom. How'd you see this race, Scotty? This is certainly not the easiest race to handicap.
Well, the 5 horse can rate, and the 5 horse actually gets off of the rail. And I think that's going to help the 5 a lot. The 4 horse Hopes and Dreams is a horse. It's the horse to beat for sure. Seems to be the class of the field, and it's going to be very, very tough to beat this horse, I would imagine. I'm going to choose between the top EquinEdge picks for sure. It's going to be the 4, the 5. I will say this: I thought the 3 horse was super interesting. It's going to be, coming from behind. It seems to be a little class challenge, and I don't really see a big. Well, there is some speed in here. To be fair, the 7's fast, the 5 is fast. The thing about the 5 that I like though is the 5 is fast, but the 5 can rate. The 5 doesn't have to be on the lead. I love horses like this. You know what? For that reason, I'm going to take the 5, 49%, 5-2 EE morning line, EquinEdge long shot. There's just so much pointing in this direction. One of the things I look for, David, is a horse that has one of the top few speed numbers, but yet doesn't need to be on the lead. I love horses like that. And so I'm going to go with the 5. Yeah.
Okay. You're on the 5, Happy Bella. I'm on the 2, Awesome Pick, and I think you can go 6 deep in here. And I looked at the hunch play, Immortal Love, and I think that horse actually has a legitimate shot. But the only other horse I wanted to reference is the 1 horse who I think is a little sneaky here. But, off the layoff, I decided to go in a different direction. That's this World of Trouble horse is 2 for 2 at Tampa. Broke its maiden at 40,000 level back last February, about a year ago, and then came back with another win and then shipped around. So this horse, any horse that broke its maiden first time out probably can handle a layoff. So
which horse are you talking about, David? I'm sorry.
The 1 horse. The 1 horse.
The 1.
Barb's Dreams Come True.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this horse is sneaky for the 2 for 2 record. The layoff does concern me, but this horse has been racing. The last time was a small stakes out of town. Yeah, it's just interesting. It might be a board hit the board candidate for me.
Okay. The 2, wow, that's a big increase. Last couple of the 2's training well. Patrick says, and it's going up. It's going up big in GSR, 27 points. It looks like. So
that's the one I settled on. Yeah, but like I said, a wide open race.
I think the 5, Happy Bella, the 4 horse Hopes and Dreams, going to be tough as well. But Happy Bella is going to be very, very tough to beat in here. I actually really like the 5 a lot. In fact, I might play a pick 5 and I might single that horse. Okay, 1 more to go. Race number 9 at Tampa Bay.
Race number 9 at Tampa Bay is a 1 mile, 16,000 claimer. 9 was a 3 lifetime for fillies and mares, 4 and up.
I mean, wide open race.
Another wide open race.
Right.
Yeah, the last two. These were the most difficult ones here. But I'll make it a little easier on everybody. I won't get into a long-winded analysis of 9 horses here. Just a very wide open race, and I just settled on the top Scotty pick, EquinEdge pick, is the 5 Whispering Sea. This horse was claimed from Mike Trombetta from Live Oak Plantation. Most of her career is spent at Laurel. That makes sense. Trombetta is a Laurel trainer. However, did have a start on Tapeta at Gulfstream, which it didn't really fire, so throw out Tapeta. This is a turf horse with some decent efforts. Throw out the last, that was off the turf at Tampa. And at this level, if you go 2 back off the claim, this horse really had no excuse, but did rally a little late for a 6th place, about 3.5 lengths behind in a rapid pace. But I think maybe this horse is only a 4-year-old, maybe still has a little left at this level. So I think dropping is the 3rd time at the 16, 2nd time on the turf at the 16 level, this horse is live. So give me the 5 Whispering Sea.
Okay.
And the interesting thing here, in Scotty, which I meant to ask you, is the 10. She's a keeper. Got the high. This horse will be gunning. She'll be gunning.
Yeah.
And she's 23% win, 23 win percentage, but a 5-to-1 morning line and a 15-to-1 EE morning line. That seems a little interesting. You know, a 23 win percentage, you think it'd be a lower EquinEdge line?
Hello. Okay, no problem. Thank you. Okay. So what was your point about she's a keeper again?
It's interesting that this, first of all, it's got the highest pace metric, so this horse will probably they'll gun her to the lead.
Yeah.
She's 23% to win on the metric, right?
Yeah.
But she's 15-to-1 on the EE morning line, which I thought was interesting with a 23%. She's got the highest win percentage, right? So that seemed a little odd to me. So that would lead me to maybe include this horse at 23% win with speed. So, but it's such a wide open race. But
what about the 2? Did you give the 2 any shot at all?
The 2, Delightful Dixie.
I don't think this horse wants to go long.
Yeah, it looks more like a sprinter to me, so I faded this horse.
And Amniset?
Definite contender.
Right.
Not crazy.
Nice profile.
Yeah, I mean, this horse has won at the distance, but the way that Eric Reed's barn's going, shipping into Tampa, I haven't seen many winners. He's 1 for 41, and the jock's 0 for 43.
Yeah.
So combination of the 2 is 1 for 84. So it's usually not my type of horse that I would use. But I mean, it's only 8-to-1 morning line. I mean, I've seen worse long shots. Like I said, you could go many deep here, because when you look at this 4 horse, 2 back on that mile and 16th at this level. This horse didn't lose by much. 4th, 2.25 lengths behind the winner. She's a keeper was in there. Special Affair. Yeah, I mean, this is another one you can use them all.
Yeah, I guess and the 7 horse. I mean, this horse has tried to get the lead the last few races, and probably because it's naturally fast, David. I don't know. It doesn't need the lead though. It only has 3 second-place finishes going this surface in the distance in 5 tries. Whispering Sea, 2 wins, 1 second. GSR looks good in here. Throughout the last race, that horse did not like the dirt, and that was not a good effort. This horse is all turf. This is the staging site, so yeah, I'm going to go with the 5. I'm going to go with the 5 with you on that.
Okay, we're on the same horse here for the finale, the 5 Whispering Sea. Hopefully, we're both alive for some kind of tour points or what have you. Or yeah, all right, good. So that completes it. So how many minutes do we have to post to the Big A?
Let's see here.
4 minutes. So we'll wait. We'll watch this race and then call it a. Let's see.
Yeah.
Here. Oh, this okay. Wine responsibly. I've got 9-1. Wow.
So yeah. So this is the first leg of the qualifier. We both have the 5 horse, 9-1 right now. 8 right now on active duty, the top EquinEdge pick, who only beat 3 other horses last time out while doing it easily. It does have back-to-back races for Rob Atras. A horse like this is always going to take action when they look like that. But when you look at the fields that this horse has faced, although he really improved last time out, but 8-5 right now, 5-2 on the EE morning line. I'm not surprised this horse is the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Rob Atras's barn has been pretty much hot the last couple of weeks here at the Big A. So this horse is 2 for 3 over there. Just seems to have woken up the last 2 races, and since it went from Wayne Potts to Rob Atras.
What about the 3 horse Ice Road, David? I mean, 8 second place finishes and 3/3, only 2 wins and 30 tries, but still seems like a contender. But it's just the horse doesn't finish.
Yeah, but at this again should be closer to the pace you would think here with the lack of speed, early speed. So yeah, I think this horse is a big contender. I like the 3. I like the 3 along with the 5. I think I might play an exacta box right now.
Indian Quest, I believe, was a horse that Tony liked.
Yes.
6-1 right now. The race simulator has the horse right there. Wine Responsibility is, I guess that could be a hunch bet. You have wine on Valentine's Day, right?
If that's your beverage of choice, I guess sure. Especially women, most women wine drinkers, right?
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Another wine responsibly, and you got to have a little ice with that wine, right? Ice, you like a little Ice Road or Ice Time. There you go.
Ice Road? Nah, that's not a hunch play for Valentine's. I don't think anybody's having ice.
You could have an icy Valentine's Day if you don't treat your loved one the right way, right? There you go.
Okay, very good. Very good. Oldie said the 4 could run good. Let's see here. I don't think so.
Okay, you did put that disclaimer in there, so I will call you insane. You are
insane. All right.
Oh, you're insane. Okay. I'm not going to get in, Oldie. I won't get into this challenge here saying if this horse hits the board, I quit gambling, because I respect you as a handicapper. And really, when you look at it, I see your point. I mean, if he reverts back to that effort on February 29th, he should be right there. So, low percentage trainer, low percentage jock, but.
Wait, you're talking about a year ago?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst. Yeah.
Chuck him out. No way. I don't see it. Right now, 5 continues to be the value. Ice Road.
5-3, 3-5. You'll do a 3-5-6. How about that? All right.
The 1 is super interesting. It's getting play. It's 14%.
With Herman Harkey.
Yeah, I mean, you had mentioned, taking a horse like this with these connections on the rail.
Put him third.
Breaker, but what's that?
I'll put him third. I'll play a 5-3-1 and a 5
It does. The one is live, but it does look like that type of horse, right? Doesn't it look like a third place horse?
Yeah, much more likely to possibly hit the board and just taking a little bit of money. But low percentage trainer, low percentage jock, blinkers on, but has won 2 races at Aqueduct and 2 races at the distance, so you can't discount this horse entirely. And that being said, this horse goes back to its May 2nd of 24 effort. He probably wins his race. But that's a long time ago. Different trainer. But it's only a 40.
You know what? I was talking to Alfredo this morning, and he was saying these races are really tough, even tomorrow. Super, super tough. They are. They've been tough today.
You mean overall, with not a specific
overall
track?
Competitiveness. Yeah. Overall, I don't think there's anything that stood out to us so far today. It was kind of interesting. Like, usually we have strong opinions on stuff. I haven't had one strong opinion today. It's interesting.
Yeah. That's some wide open races and some pretty.
We talked about Ice Time. We talked about Ice Time. Like, to me, the 8 horse is a horse that's going to be second or third, right? Going to be flying at the end. Yeah.
But it is a paceless race, so I'm interested to see what the pace scenario is here. The 5 and the 6 have to stay close to have any chance, I think, because they're not really. There's really a lack of any pace here with the scratch of the late scratch of the 2 Winters Ghosts, who would have clearly been on the lead.
Yeah. And
I thought would have been really tough to beat. All right, they're loading in.
All right. They're loaded.
Look, everybody, competitive race. Everybody. First of the qualifiers.
Ooh, somebody stumbled badly. 5. I think it was the 5.
Oh, great.
I'm pretty sure it was a bad stumble. On the lead right now, but that was a bad stumble.
No, the 5 is where he needs to be, close to the pace.
Yeah, but that was a bad stumble.
Actually, how it is now, he should just gun for the lead because there's nothing going on here at 24. Yep, good move. Get that lead. I would have pressed the horse and a 1's coming up now, so
yeah,
he didn't push the pedal, and here we go.
10-1 on this 1. Looking very strong right now. 5 is done.
I don't know. I don't think he's done, Scotty.
No, he's
I think he wanted out of that pace. No, he's done. You're right.
Master work at 26-1 at the top of the stretch, and nobody's really coming. 3 is coming. 8 is coming. But they're going to have to make up. Ice Time's going to be wide. Going to be at least 7.
Ice Time's going to win in a paceless race. He's going right past these horses. He's got a ton of horses.
9 stopping. So this race is between the 3 and the 8. 6
on the inside.
It's active duty.
Nope, active duty's coming up.
Oh, here comes the 7 horse, Brooklyn Strong.
7.
But 3, look at this. 2 lifetime wins, going to be 3 lifetime wins now. And Ice Time couldn't straighten out. 3-7-8.
We almost had an ice exacta. Ice cold. We almost had an ice cold exacta with 2 ice horses, but I think Brooklyn Strong ruined that parade. And no, you said how's ice related to Valentine's? That's a hunch play, Ice Time, right?
Yep.
But no wine. The wine was terrible. We had bad wine, bad grapes, Scotty.
Yeah, the 8 horse wasn't straightening out, but the 8 horse could have won. But Ice Road getting the win there. That's the 3rd lifetime win in 31 lifetime races. So here's a horse with 8 second place finishes lifetime, but does get his 3rd lifetime win. 6-year-old, an Ontario bred. So all right, we have. There is Gulfstream Park race number 6 in the next race. You want to just stay for that in 4 minutes and then call it?
Yeah, that sounds good. Sure.
Okay, let's do that.
I'd like to go out on a winning note, so hopefully we can. I have a nice price horse here in Winsham.
That's right. You have a 3 horse here, Winsham, at 12-1 right now. I'm on the 5 horse, Padiddle. who's a big dropper, 9-5 right now.
9-5. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Give Me Liberty is a live horse, no question. Lost by 20 lengths last time out. Gets off the rail, but the rail going 8 furlongs or 7 furlongs for that matter is not a bad place to be over at Gulfstream Park. Paco Lopez jumps aboard, but this is a big drop. So I have mixed feelings about this horse, but you do get Paco to jump aboard. Maybe that means something. I don't know. The horse's form just on paper is, not great. But again, this horse is dropping in for a tag for the first time in this is the 7th lifetime race. So Patouche, we talked about the 2 horse who's 9-2, now 5-1, and 6-1 in the EE morning line. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. Give Me a Liberty looks okay. Who's the price horse, David, that we got to look at? The 3 horse. So what am I asking? You've got the 3 horse.
My price horse.
Yeah.
Is this Ron White? Thanks. Is this the comedian Ron White?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But thanks, Ron. Thanks, Patrick. Thanks, guys.
Padiddle right now. Padiddle's going to get bet down right now 3-2, but this horse is going to get bet down to 6-5. Thank you, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'll give you a couple of horses, you guys. Look, we're testing a new long shot algorithm, and these are price horses. Okay, we're trying to see how they do. We're testing it right now. We've seen some good results with it. We've seen a lot of wins as well. I'll give them to you right now. If you got a pen and paper, I'll give them to you right after the Gulfstream Park race number 6. Actually, let's do that. We'll be able to show that race live for you. In fact, let's just go out to that right now so you can take a look at the horses. And then, David, you and I could talk about this race a little bit. How should we bet this race?
How should we bet this race? I actually just put in a win place wager on the 3 because I'm not sure who I'd use for second with an exacta, but I guess you got to use a 5 or 6. Hold on a second. And 3, 5, 6. I want some combination. I think the 3 could hit the board here, and I'm hoping that this horse runs well enough to hit the win position. And use those 3 with a couple of pick 4s. And I'm singling Burn and Turf, who I think is a real good play in the next race.
Yeah. Who's going to have the lead in here? The 1, right?
Yeah, if the race goes as anticipated, Irad should be gunning for that lead. Sure. Makes
I don't
sense
think you got Irad. You got a horse that's dropping in class. The horse had the lead in its first lifetime start against a little bit better than this, but it was 40% to win. And Van Dyke was aboard for Carlos David. So now in for 25. I am not going to be surprised if this horse goes gate to wire at all.
I don't like starting. It started at 35, going 6.5, and kind of tired, and now drops back to 25. Not in love with the horse.
No.
But I could be wrong. Good one, Ron. That's a good no, but I'm funnier and better looking. That's hilarious.
I will say this, Patrick. On the new GSRs, the 1 horse has got the 1 and the 4 super low numbers. I will say that. And the 8 horse Promise Shown. Here's a horse that's raced twice and last time lost by 86 lengths, but Ian Wilkes gets on the horse. And this horse has a good GSR. The 5's got the top GSR by 12 points on the new numbers. So Give Me Liberty has a good number, but this 8 horse is interesting. For a price, it might be worth a shot to get in the money. It's 10-1, actually. It's getting bet. And on the current GSRs, it's going up 15 points in GSR. So I'm getting on the dirt for the first time. So I wouldn't be surprised. Look at the 8 horse on the track and see what you think. I don't love that post, though. I will tell you that to have the 8 post here on the dirt
at a
mile is just not a good in 1-turn races, and you can see the projected. Yeah, you know what? The more I'm looking at that, the less I would like that. It actually makes me like the 1 that much more, actually, from that inside. But it's got a low GSR. I'm going to guess the 1's going to show speed, Patrick, and then's gonna stop late. That's what I think is going to happen. And the 2, Fatouche, is going to be closing. I like the EquinEdge picks, actually. I think you're looking at 2, 5, 6 in some way or another. But at 3-2, Padiddle, it's my type of horse for sure. This is the easiest grip this horse has faced.
Again, I would prefer, and it's not saying anything, those are the first 2 choices. I prefer definitely the 5 and the 6 over the 1. But the 3's the horse I need to get in there. I think this 3 is somewhat sneaky. The street sense going back to dirt for John Service. Prefer to see more works, but see how it looks okay in a post parade. 12-1's right up my alley, so it's worth the risk reward. I think it's acceptable here for me.
You know, I mean, let's see what the payouts are. So 5-2 exactas $9. Everything really is pointing for the 5 horse to win, I think. I would do something like this, and you'll make money. I would do a 2-5 exacta box and a 6-5 exacta box, and you're going to make money if it comes in. That's what I would do. And then 2-5 exacta box and 6-5 exacta box. It looks like those horses. You got the 7 horse that doesn't look terrible, but always stops and draws a bad post. And the 8 horse draws that outside as well. 7 is fast, but 6 is fast as well. I like the 5 to sit probably 2 or 3 lengths behind, and sit a good trip. So I think the horse is super live. Currently 6-5 right now.
So a quick question, since they're going to probably be about 3 minutes before they actually get in the gate.
Yeah.
Anybody know? Do we know if Santa Anita is going to be on the turf tomorrow? I know there's no dirt races because they have a contest tomorrow on Express Bet, and so do we have any insight there? I know they had a lot of rain. Anybody West Coast people?
I've heard that they are on the turf, but
tomorrow. Okay. Because there's a bunch of turf races, and if they come off the turf, it's going to be very, very chalky tomorrow. I'm not sure I want to get involved in that contest in that case.
In fact, tonight I'm doing the Santa Anita show with Chappie and.
We're over the races tomorrow.
We're going to go over what I'm looking right now. My text. I think we're covering the
stakes.
The stakes, and let's see here. We're covering the stakes races. No, we're going to cover the coast to coast pick 5 preview.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the training class?
Huh?
Is that a training class?
No. It's for it's a show that Chappie does. He, Santa Anita show. Gino's on.
Oh yeah.
Stu. But yeah, it's so I've been doing that show since last year with them. Most of the time I'm on, unless I can't. But so anyways, we've been covering the last few weeks. We've been covering, and there's been some great information in those shows too.
Yeah, maybe I'll try to tune in. Is Tom Quigley on that show with you guys?
No, Tom's not on this particular show. He has his own in the morning.
He does his show. Yeah. He does the pre-race. All right. Yep. Very good.
All right, they're going into the gate. Good luck, John.
Good luck, everybody. I need the 15 right now. 1 shot here, and Scotty, you're on the.
I'm on the 5. I like 5 too. Something about the 6 I don't love, but again, I'm not seeing things great. But if you're going to turn it around, and so I would be on the 5, and I would like the 2 for second.
Okay, and I'm on the 3, Wincham, with Dylan Davis, long shot. Good luck, everybody.
4 broke horrible. And that actually helps speed horses because the 4 was so fast.
Works between horses up in the center. Here's Fighting Words moving up. And also into the top flight is Wincham. Far outside for Missione, working 2 better than Give Me Liberty. Then Padiddle. And after a bad
there's
break,
a speed duel going on right there. Right?
4 behind
6-horse Give Me Liberty has got a lot of horse sitting right behind them.
Look at that 6, yeah.
If I was the jockey, I would stay patient, but he's got so much horse, he's going. No, 5 horse is way back there. Kind of struggling. 24 seconds.
Trying to make progress inside of Permissione. That Bitterbacker is
in
last.
second last right now. He's making a move right now.
A couple of cracked under the
But-
pressure. Back in
Oh, yeah, my 3-horse just got involved in that speed, and he's done.
Yeah.
Second. 5 ahead of Fighting Words, who's now
Yeah.
third. Middle is still a long way
5 did
behind.
not run. 5's going to be most likely.
No, he's gaining, Scotty.
He's going to get second, I think. 6 is
Yeah.
going to win this race.
Give Me Liberty is put away. Everybody but Padiddle. 3/4, 112.
I think Padiddle's going to get him.
You think so? I
No,
don't
maybe
think so.
not. No.
Look at he's
Yeah.
looking around on the 6.
Yeah, but the 5's not. Yeah, right. He never asked him until right about
Wow,
now.
look at that. How much best was the 6? This goes to show you the class drops are huge. I think, Jay, you can catch the show. Go to Santa Anita's website, Jay, and I think it's somewhere over. Like, look up on the site. It's somewhere there. I don't know when they. I think you can watch it live, though. I think, but I'm not entirely sure. But for sure, they'll post it. You can watch it. They'll post it on Santa Anita's website.
Yeah, and if you're on X or Twitter, I think they pop up on there too. That's how I did see you on that show, probably in August, maybe September. I'm like, oh, Scotty's on something. And
Yeah. In fact, you might want to be watching because I'm not going to give it out because it's not mine to give out. But Chappie really likes a horse, a long shot, first time starter.
Okay.
So you might want to tune in for that. I haven't had a chance to look at it. I'm going to look at it after the show, but you might want to look at that. All right. Let me give you again, no emails, no threats. It's a new long shot algorithm, and it's the big price stuff. Okay. So I think these horses are averaging like 10-1, maybe more. So don't beat me up. You ready? All right. Delta Downs race number 7, the 1 horse. Santa Anita Park, race number 2, the 5 horse. Santa Anita Park, race number 8, the 7 horse. And Charlestown, race number 4, the 3 horse. So those are the ones. So far, we've had a second place finish and a third, and a horse out of the money. So far.
All right, and while we're on that wavelength there, I'm going to give a horse who I like tomorrow, and it's not a big race. It's a stakes race at the Big A. The notes will be in on this horse. I like a price in the Safe Florida Sandy. The price. Whittington Park, the Safe Florida Sandy. It's, I believe, the third race at Aqueduct, this New York State Sprint. This horse has been live before, has won a sprint at a New York State Sprint. What's it called? Geez, I don't have it in front of me. A stakes race last year. He's 6 for 22 lifetime. Sometimes every time he fires, it's usually at a price. It's a pretty weak field. You look at his SORs. He very competitive against this field tomorrow against Doc Sullivan.
The 1 horse?
Whittington Park, the 1 horse.
Okay.
Yep, and he's 5-1 EE morning line. And deserves a look in here, especially if we get a little moisture in the track, which is predicted. This horse has won on and off track before. And Doc Sullivan, I think, might be a little vulnerable tomorrow. And Mama's Gold is more of a 2-turn horse, in my opinion. So I think there's a little question about some of the horses we're going to be betting here. So Whittington Park, I will probably match him up with Doc Sullivan as in exactas. So it's Whittington Park is my key tomorrow.
Okay, let's see here. Did I show that? There we go. Okay, there's Whittington Park.
Okay.
So you like this horse, David?
Yes.
Thanks. Appreciate you sharing that, David.
Sure.
David, that's the one.
And I will tell you the race that he comes out at. He's won from the inside post. He's got muddy tracks and sloppy tracks in both outings. Bump break in the last, which is a key because I thought he was live that day at a price to hit the board. And the race he won back last year, was the Hainesfield at Aqueduct at a mile about a year ago, February 24th, from the inside post at 12.5 to 1, beating Dr. Ardito and Anejo, which are Anejo, I believe, is Doug O'Neill, and Dr. Ardito was or still is Chad Brown. So he beat good competition there, higher SOR, and yeah. So this horse fires sometimes out of nowhere, and I believe he's very live tomorrow.
Let me ask Chappie. I don't think the show is live. I don't think it's live, you guys. Let me ask him.
And also, as far as Whittington Park is concerned, ran in the Grade 2 Carter against Post Time last year, and also ran in the Grade 3 Westchester, where he's overmatched against Post Time. But in the Carter, the horse didn't embarrass himself either. So Whittington Park.
See. Oh, Santa Anita race number 1 coming up.
All right, Scotty, I'm going to bail. I got a couple of things to if you want to stay on. So very good. Well, everybody, have a good weekend. Thanks for tuning in, listening in, and without your participation, makes the show goes very smoothly. Had a great time, and good luck this weekend. Good luck in the qualifier. Hopefully we can get a couple people qualified, and this weekend, may the horse be with you. Let's get it done. All right, thanks again, everybody. All right, Scotty, I'll be in touch.
You got it.
Thanks for
Bye. All right, bye. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, we do have Santa Anita. All right, I'll show you Santa Anita. We've got one race at Santa Anita. They're on the track. Let's see if Chappie answers me. He hasn't so far. And let's see here. Get it, Matt. You know, this one's training really good. The one, it's second off the layoff for Baffert, but it has burned some money. So, I mean, that has to be considered. There seems to be a lot of speed. Here. All right, let's listen here. Hold on here. So it looks like the show does come up live on YouTube and Twitter. Then it does stay on the Santa Anita YouTube page if you want to watch it later, you guys. So go to Santa Anita YouTube, and then it's live on Twitter and YouTube when we start. So both. And then you can watch it on YouTube later. And we are starting at 7 p.m. Pacific tonight. That's the show. That's what time the show is. Yeah, I think Jose, I think there's a fair reason to try to beat this horse, the one, and not especially at 6-5. Let's see here. They're at the gate. And if you throw out the last race, the 5 draws an outside post, gets Flavian Pratt. Peter Miller jumped on, but does lose Hernandez to the 1. But that's also because it's a Bob Baffert horse. And if you throw out the last race on the turf, I mean, I don't think this horse wanted anything to do with that turf. Let's see. It's okay, but it's got a better dirt number, and it draws outside. War to remember. Unbreakable Trust, the 3 horse. This horse definitely looks like the type of horse that could run good. And going on the dirt, and it seems to have a better shot on the dirt. I like the 3 horse as well. I actually think the 3 horse might run a good race. And going into the gate right now, this is the opener at Santa Anita. And the 1 horse is going to be your big favorite at even money, but the 3 horse is 6-1. But war to remember, the 5 is 9-5 on the outside with Pratt as well. All right, good luck, you guys. Yeah, broke a little slow. Too tough. 1-5. Yeah. 1-5-4. 1-5-4. All right, you guys. Well, that is going to do it for this show. Really appreciate you guys joining us and chiming in. Don't forget tomorrow, the Stretch Run show with Chris and Oldie and Justin. And good luck. There is a tournament at Santa Anita tomorrow. And looking forward to the NHC. That's coming up here in just under a month. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully we're going to have some shows, by the way, too. I think we're doing a show Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And yeah, it's going to be really a lot of fun. And hopefully you can come out to Vegas and join us. So good luck the rest of the weekend, everybody. And we will see you soon. Bye-bye.